Hello, and welcome to another Triad Gamer stream here on the Triad Gamer Media Network. I am Nick, and I am more bundled up than usual because I am relaxing tonight, and we're gonna have a nice chill stream. Is the plan? That's the idea to start having on Mondays. Um, because my as for those that I have not talked to before, my job has taken a shift to the stressful, and I'm just gonna use this as a relaxation time, and so I highly recommend you do as well. So definitely a high mention to do so. Um, but yeah, that's gonna kind of be the general sense, which probably means I'm gonna sound like a dope most of the time, and that's just how it's gonna be. But oop, my tea is done steeping. One second. Because of course, you can't have a nice relaxing evening without some nice tea. And for those that don't know, I am using Shakespearean insults to kind of model after my tea. Oh, that's a little hot still. Actually, I might wait on that a little bit. But that's the plan. And for the game of choice, then, for a nice calm refresh of mental health, is some Stardew Valley, which is very, very common um, around here as a result. The difference with this one, though, for those that don't know, yes, uh, is that this is modded. This is very modded. In fact, to get it out of the way, this is very modded, as it takes over 2 messages to say all the mods and authors that it is. But I wanted to put that out there. For those because I do want to give credit where credit is due. There's a lot of really good mods that I am using. There are some odd ones that I've never used before, but I definitely kind of wanted to point that out. A lot of them, I will mention, are Stardew Valley Expanded and make sure that Stardew Valley Expanded works. So a lot of that is that, but there's a lot of other fun little gems in there as well. Um, I will mention that if there are certain mods that you think I would love to see, especially based on my playstyle over today and the next couple streams, let me know. I can always add them in. I'm really not too crazed about that. I love to look up stuff. Some things I don't have in. There's a couple things I'm actually watching on because maybe the update isn't necessarily stable yet. Maybe there's certain reasons that go with it, but that's the direction that we're gonna go in this one. Just kind of enjoy. So you're gonna see that when I hover over this farm, it's not gonna be the normal farm name. Um, I originally actually when I played this before, it used to be Immersive Farm. But they have a new version called Grandpa's Farm, which is completely new for the update that came around 1.5 time. So we're gonna try it out. Now, I've played Stardew a lot, for those that know. Um, I've played Stardew a lot. Um, I am probably not as up there with Belmont in terms of how many hours, but I've definitely passed the 600 mark. So as a result, I'm definitely remixing community center bundles. I'm definitely remixing mine rewards. I just to be able to enjoy. Now, there are a lot of things in um, there are a lot of things in Stardew Valley Expanded that are going to be new. I'm not going to know what's going to go on. There are going to be a ton of things that are going to happen that I'm going to have absolutely no idea what's going to go on. That's what Stardew Valley Expanded is for. It's for people who've played a lot of Stardew, so in case you're curious about it, it's definitely a fun mod from what I've seen so far. I played a little bit for 1.4. I think I did like half of spring, and then 1.5 came out of nowhere, and I was just like, well, now what? So as a result, it's um, something that I wanted to get back to for sure, and this is a good way. There you see the Google Plus Gang. Thank you so much for joining there and joining us tonight for the relaxation. Hope you're getting nice and relaxed as well. And then Raspy Kitten. Yes, actually, I will mention Raspy Kitten is kind of the co-brainstormer and conspirator of making this stream a thing. So shout out if you like it. Shout out to her and uh, her conniving ways. But okay, I think I should have some tea now. I probably should put the tea on my other side. Honestly, I don't. Do I have room over there? Because I'm like, I feel like I'm grabbing off camera here, which is probably not. It's probably not smart to do. So let's see if I can do something about that. Do I have room? I should have room over here. I don't see why I wouldn't. Well, I mean, yeah, our SPK, and you were kind of, we were chatting one day, and we were just talking about how I hadn't played much Stardew, and we were talking about Expanded, and it just kind of evolved from that. So, well, hello, Erica, and thanks for stopping by. We're doing something a little different than Temtem tonight for sure, but I hope you enjoy it. You having a relaxing Monday night as well as we're trying to do here? So also for those that probably are going a little crazy, I am hovering over buttons and no sound is coming out. I know no sound is coming out. The reason is I don't know if it's something with the way that the mods launch through SMAPI, aka Stardew. I don't even know what it is. Stardew something API. I don't know if it's something through that or what's exactly going on, but it is loud. And so as a result, this is my way of making it so you don't have to hear the loud noises until I turn it down a little bit and fix it. I just wanted to make sure to start it here because I felt like this reference is probably a pinnacle for me in streaming. I don't think I'm ever going to have that kind of reference again in Stardew that just fits so well with the theme and so perfectly of Frankie going to Hollywood Farm because their favorite thing is relaxation and to relax. Oh yeah, no, I'm all bundled up and nice and warm. I've decided that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to roast, I'm going to have hot tea, and I'm going to steam my cares away. I'll probably have to replenish that a couple times, so I apologize later. I might take an extra break than usual tonight just to get more tea. Unless my guys come and give me some. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But let's go ahead. Now, the only thing I wanted to ask, I'm going to give some time here, just kind of as an option, because I know it will be a little delayed. Are there people here who have not played Stardew? Because if you haven't, I actually should turn on the intro and sound. I guess it is that you actually don't really have any sound on it, but yeah, I should probably turn on that intro. You have not. Okay, let me do the intro then, so you know what the story of Stardew is. Because this, even though I have modded out directly, I've modded a lot. The story itself is still the same of what Stardew is, and so I think this is a good kind of way to kind of go in there. So um, let's go ahead. I don't think there's really much sound. There might be music, and I might try to audio jerry rig it or something, but we'll go through here then. Yeah, there's no music. Okay, I was pretty sure there's no music, but there are going to be captions going along the bottom, so. For my very special grandson, I want you to have this sealed envelope. Yeah, because you think there'd be voice acting or something, but no, it's just this way. No, no, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life, as I'm sure all of us are right now. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Now let Grandpa rest. Some amount of years later. Anybody have an office like this? Mine used to look like this, but then, now there's like a lot less people there. I should probably put the mouse off of the screen. There we go. Oh, there's me and my job. Two down from a skeleton, no big. I've survived. I looked in my drawer where the envelope. Wow, that is loud. I'm like, I am glad I'm sparing all of you from it because it's quite loud, and I actually probably should even turn down my headset a little more. I'll turn it back up, but so we must click the envelope. Dear Frankie, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Hollywood Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This is my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, please say hi to the old guy for me, will you? And off we go to Stardew Valley to avoid corporate life and start the farming life. I'm still rearranging things on my desk because I'm not used to the change in setup where now my tea is going to be over here. For those Stardew Valley um, common players, I noticed that Pam is not the driver in the intro, which is interesting. And there goes little birdie. Hello, you must be Frankie. I'm probably not going to have unique voice lines for everyone in this game, especially because there's like 8 more characters that exist. 8, well, 10 technically in terms of actual interaction, but I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. Sorry, my phone just decided that all of the stuff needs to happen now. All of the notifications, I'll just make sure I wasn't getting a call. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm is right over here if you'll follow me. Oh, look at that, so pretty. This is Hollywood Farm. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. You know, as it is. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. For those that have not played Stardew, it is a farming simulator, technically. It's probably the best way to call it. But a whole lot more than that. It's Harvest Moon on steroids for people who grew up with Harvest Moon. Here we are, your new home. And Lewis was just in my house, you know. Ah, the new farmer. Oh my god, him without a hat is throwing me off. So for those that play non-modded Stardew often enough, Lewis usually has a hat, as you know. He doesn't have a hat in the seasonal kind of outfits mod that I have, and I need to get used to that real quick. Welcome, I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. This is where Robin makes fun of my house. That's one way to put it. Robin, really? Really? Oh yeah, I'm sure it's already wild. Things look very... And the thing is, we've only caught like slightly different things so far. Wait until I look at the map. Oh, that's gonna throw you off. Krusty might be a little more apt though. Wow, Robin. Rude. Actually, very, very rude. Like, ugh. Don't listen to her, Frankie. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so you buy one of her house upgrades. Avoid the cap list, basically. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. Well, yes, especially all the new ones that I don't know as well. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. Okay, so usually first day... Well, first day first, we're going to fix the sound so y'all can hear it, because it's, like I said, it's a little loud, but, you know, we can fix that very quickly. You're gonna see time pauses, by the way, during the day when I have the menu up, so that's not as huge of an issue. So don't worry as much with that. Um, Also, it talks about running. I always have it on auto run, so don't. That's not a thing. Don't worry. Yeah, this is how loud it just put it on, because every new file seems to do it this way. In the future, I'll have it all prepped and okay beforehand, but we're just gonna mix it a little bit, just to make sure it's not quite as loud. There we go. Now it's probably blended with my voice. Let me know if things if sounds a little off, like if it's quiet or if it's loud or anything. Um, I can kind of fix it then as I go. And then I'll just like take a picture of this at afterwards just to make sure in case it goes away. So, as with every Stardew playthrough, we start off with our parsnip seeds. Our 15 parsnip seeds. There's also a nice television that we have, which has different kind of shows and things. So living off the land kind of tells you about what's going on. We have the weather report, which tells us what tomorrow's weather is going to be. And then we have the fortune teller, which tells us how lucky we are, because there is a built-in luck feature. And we, unfortunately, do not have good luck today, which is okay, because we really... I mean, the only issue is that we're going to get a lot less wood from trees, but... Now, the important part is that I can pick up my bed and move it now, because I like it closer to the door nowadays, just for the sake of... that seems fine. Oh. There we go. Kind of an entryway, go to the side. I don't know. It's a little lopsided, but I'll take it. So we gotta clean up a bit. Now the nice part is although we do have an energy bar down there, as you're gonna see. Also something else I just noticed. Haha, they are showing. Okay, it didn't show up first. Is that you're gonna see is that energy is something that we have to monitor through the day, which I just noticed is kind of blocked by a microphone, so let me just fix that. So we have to kind of monitor that a little bit. Now, the nice part is the scythe does not use any energy, so we can kind of clear a lot of this grassy area here, maybe get some free seeds that are in addition to the parsnips before we really get going too far. And we'll kind of explore the farm, and I'll kind of show it off as we do this, just so there's not too much, just so people can kind of see who have not played Expanded, which is probably most of my audience, since, I have not played it, but it is a very well put together mod that is, just like Concerned Ape for Stardew, really put in a lot of effort and a lot of things into it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to forget their name already, which is really bad, because I really should know it at this point after looking at it however many times. Yeah, Flash Shifter. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're not getting too lucky with the mixed seeds. We only got one so far, but we got to start clearing one to get wood, but then two also to have actual farmland area. Oh, without the magnet ring. Oh no. Okay, I think I might move this up to here, actually. Oop. Because I think the getting things is getting in the way of it. Yeah, there we go. Then if I get this, does that block it? Yeah, it does. I don't think there's any way to avoid that. Well, unless we put it... We'll try it down here. Maybe that will be better next to everything. I don't know how that works with dialogue, so we're going to test that. But I'm kind of still getting used to where that goes at this point. I mean, there's not a ton of great places, and so I'm kind of just going to leave it around. But for those that don't know, that is a mod called Experience Bars. Basically, it's going to show me experience. So you can actually see I'm gaining mining experience right now as I'm hitting these rocks. So you're going to see there's a little red bar moving forward in the screen as we go, just as if we were to, say, go chop down a tree for some wood. We'll get some experience. Actually, probably a pretty fair chunk, because trees actually on the first level give you a fair amount. So I like this mod just because it's one of those things that's like, oh, I'm really close to leveling that up. You know what? I should just go do a little bit of that today and get it done. And it's just kind of a good way to ensure that you're leveling up pretty well and not missing out on, oh, I could have had, been a little higher level. And yeah, okay, it seems like there's a blocking there for some reason, but oh, not what I really want to do, but we're gonna cut that one down, I guess. So this area behind here seems to be just a little kind of great area for chests because of the grass. It's a great way for machinery. I don't know what else, because I have done about a week of test before this, I will say. I had to test to make sure the mods were working as I expected. Everything was playing nice together, because that can be an issue with mods, where you put two mods together and they don't necessarily like each other very much. Everything looked okay. I mean, we still might run into bugs. That's very possible. And things are still pretty new after 1.5. So not all the bugs have really been found out. But Probably helps that a bunch of people have been playing Stardew because of the pandemic, so that might have helped a little bit with speeding up some of the bug fixes. But look at that, we're already like halfway to our foraging. We're probably not gonna get to foraging level 1 today because we've been doing a lot more of these like small wood ones to get the chest, but I just wanted to pretty it up a little bit, But we do need to start using some energy to actually plant things now. Okay, yeah, that's the only issue with it being there, so let's move it a little bit this way. There we go. Well, yeah, let's test the dialogue boxes, actually. Let's go in. Okay, it goes away when you have dialogue. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that's a good spot for it. Let's just leave it there. Because otherwise it blocks also the energy levels and probably the health levels eventually. So actually, let's do it a little bit further over. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't go far enough yet. Okay, and then we're gonna put parsnips. And then whatever these are, looks like a lot of potatoes and parsnips is what we probably got. Oh no, we're already starting to feel exhausted. That's probably not good. Well, I need to go actually find some forageables probably. So we're gonna try to take the north route here and see if I can get through. I believe I can. I think there's always a way to get through. It's just finding the right way. Basically. Oh crap! I need to make a chest first. That's right. If I make a chest first, get rid of some of the stuff, I should have more room for forageables. So. The other thing I'll mention, since we're in here, I might as well kind of show it off, is that you'll see there's a couple things here. This is the Billboard Anywhere mod, which basically allows me to see both the calendar and the quest board anywhere. And except from here, totally normal. So that's kind of a way of me trying to save some of your time, really, as a viewer, because obviously I don't want you just watching me run around a lot. Ooh. We didn't color the chest. What am I doing? What am I doing with myself? We need to at least make a pretty color. That's kind of my way of just like saving time of watching, and in general just also just, because obviously I can go all the way to town and go look it up, but that would just take a lot of time, and we don't get as much of the fun new content basically. And I thought, it doesn't change too much. It's just a difference in me walking to town and walking back, but because I check it pretty regularly in the early game just for the money anyway, so you can get see how much you can do. Okay, I think we're still good to break this. Yep, we're still good to break this. We can break this and go up. So we're gonna look for, especially because we got more seeds now. We're definitely gonna look to see. Okay, we got a dandelion. That's not terrible. Okay, the one thing I will say about this grassy and more trees area in a lot of the spots is that it's actually harder to forage. Oh, here we go. But you do seem to get more forage from here. Best color choice. I will mention that the upgraded house in the L seasonal buildings mod, I did choose a very nice blue color in the L palette. So I'm going to be very excited when we can upgrade the house. I might actually rush that just to get the cool color. You're going to notice we're getting weird forageables. Like we have a common mushroom already. Despite the fact that it is like way too early for a common mushroom. Generally out in spring. Oh, and we have Demetrius in his little new get-up. So I gotta introduce ourselves because it's new. So Demetrius lives up here with Robin in the carpenter house. Okay, so we definitely have some stuff to eat now. Like, the common mushroom itself is actually really not too bad, but I'll probably eat the dandelion just out of likely necessity. Oh, I should actually... Yeah, I'll give the dandelion to Linus here. He's fun. I love his flower crown with the seasonal outfits. Seasonal outfits was actually Alex's idea. He was kind of like, hey, I do this a lot, you should do it. And I noticed it actually had expanded. So the expanded characters also have seasonal outfits. So I want to continue to drink my tea while it's warm, or I'm really good, notorious for forgetting about tea. And so I'm like, the fact that I'm also streaming and doing it is just, it's a recipe for disaster if I don't consciously think about having tea every so often. But Yes. Okay. So we are going to eat some a nice leek to get some energy here, which is going to give us 40 energy, which should give us enough to complete the final seed plantings that we want to do plus the watering. So I'm not too worried about it. The other thing you're going to notice, which is going to be a bit funky, is you're going to notice it's already getting weirdly yellowy darkish. The reason is I have a mod that is recommended actually with Stardew Expanded, so I went with it, called Dynamic Nighttime. So it will actually, as it 6 p.m. starts, it's looking more like what 6 p.m. 6 p.m. time would look like in this kind of area, which I think is really rad, personally. I think it's really cool that they did that, because it makes for a really dynamic experience of, yep, it's actually getting dark. It also will remind me that it's getting dark then as a result, instead of me just like, suddenly it's dark and I'm like, crap, I was not prepared for this. I am not nowhere near where I should be at this point, kind of thing. Okay, I just want one more seed. Can I just have one more, please? Please? Can I just have one? Just, please, sir, may I have more mixed seeds, please? I literally just, well, I guess I'll like water as if I have one and then just hope that I do get one. For those that are curious if I'm leaving the middle, for those that don't play Stardew, eventually you start having issues with the crows that can start eating your crops. And so I always kind of build toward having a scarecrow in the middle right away, just out of habit. So if I start doing stuff like that, where you're like, why are you doing that? There's a hole in the middle of that. That's what's going on. Hello. There's an Alex up now. Okay, well there's a lot of grassy things up here, so one of these has got to give me a mixed seed, right? Right? Aha, one did. I'm trying to see if I can get a cauliflower. I'm not getting very lucky with the mixed seeds. No, I think I got all parsnips. And then potatoes. I don't think I got any cauliflower. But getting a free cauliflower on day one is pretty crazy, so I wasn't expecting it, but you know, there's always the hope. We do just have some general assorted stuff here to throw in there. And then we might as well just go and go into town, honestly, and talk to people in the tavern and such, because we don't have any energy now. Like, we're at 8 energy, so we'll just kind of go there. Now, the interesting part about this farm with Grandpa's farm is that there's 2 exits. You can either exit from the top side there, or you can exit from the right side there and go through here. Oh, we gotta keep foraging, because if we actually find enough forageables around town, we actually can get foraging level 1 on day 1. It is very possible to do so if you're going foraging. And I am like 1 forageable away from it, so let's see. This is what I meant by like having that bar tells me, oh, maybe you should go forage like for 1 more item somewhere, because if you do it, then you're gonna get foraging level 1 next time. Start that work for the blue chickens. No, I don't think I'm gonna I actually really don't think I'm going to put much emphasis on any of the standard Stardew characters as much, unless there's something that I really need it for, like bundles or something. The reasoning is, I mean, I might give him a daffodil, but basically I think it's smarter for me to go ahead and actually specifically romance one of these Stardew Valley expanded characters, just because I've done so many of the standard regular ones. But, okay, we got Pam here. Hey, kid, name's Pam. Yep. She's the resident town solicitor? Is that probably a good word to put? I'm like, I don't know. She just kind of sits around. She's definitely like the one there. And then we have Gus here. I like the blue sweater. That's nice. We got Emily over here. Oh, with the sleeveless sweater and the short. Oh, I love it. I love it. Alex is looking at me like, of course you do. I told you you'd love it, and here we are. And that's what I would call the tea. Yeah. For those that are curious, in case you want to also do so, it's a nice herbal tea. It's some hibiscus. So kind of thing. Oh, we can exit over here, which is really weird still. We got Shane here, who's a little rough around the edge at the start, and then Clint. Clint has a nice button down. I like it. Oh, and then we have one of the new characters. So this one's not romanceable, but here's Andy. He runs a farm that is completely based off of Joja seeds and loves Joja. for those that have played Stardew, I'm making you squirm, and I love it. Look, that's a new farm everyone's talking about. I've been working Fairhaven Farm for many years. Made much of it's honest work. You're lucky that you got free property from Grandpa. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I am. I basically got a free farm just handed to me. There's a doggo over here. I can give Dusty many pets. One of the best characters for sure with that. You can pet the dog now. One, there's a nice pretty dog area, and two, you can pet the dog. I think that's kind of it for around here. Actually, I don't know if we have enough time to go the south route and still make it back to our bed, so we're just gonna head to bed. We don't want to collapse on day one for sure. So for those that have not played Stardew or have not played much Stardew, you do collapse at a certain point a little bit after 0 energy. Like you get very exhausted, and as a result, you start collapsing. That's something obviously you don't really want to do. Or at 2 a.m. you officially just like fall asleep on the ground. So I don't recommend that either. But yeah, we'll just go to bed. We'll get our energy back. Level 1 foraging. So sometimes you can level up in foraging or in your 5 skill tree. So mining, combat, foraging, fishing, and farming. You can do it in those 5, and you want to get to level 10 because you start unlocking things as you go through progression. So here, basically, we can now get tree seeds, our axe is better, we can make some wild seeds for more forageable stuff, and we can make a field snack out of the seeds. Think of it a lot like a Nutrigrain bar, basically, but like with actual seeds from the wild that you've collected. Neutral day so our luck's at the average point. And it's going to rain tomorrow, because it always rains on Spring 3, Year 1. I guess it's also something else I should probably mention for those that don't know as much. The calendar in this game is, you have 28 days of each season, basically. So each season feels like a month length of time between spring, summer, fall, and winter. But as you can see, there's lots of different people's birthdays. So Morris, the representative from Joja, it's their birthday today. So we can go if we want to give them something. Willie also wants us to go to the beach to get fishing rods, so we'll probably do that today as well, just to start earning some extra cash. I probably need to go and buy some cauliflower and some green beans, just to make sure I can get those going, so I'm not waiting too long. I presume that will be the bundle crops. Again, I don't know, I'm remixing them, but I presume that will be the case, because it usually is. Okay, let's clear some more space down here. Get some of that space done. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-da. We're just gonna relax now. Play some Stardew. But I will say, if you want to have some interactivity with your stream, I have not decided, as I was kind of talking about, out of the Stardew Valley expanded characters, who I am going to romance. So if you are okay with spoilers, you can go look them up. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of call them out as we meet them, to say, here is one of the choices kind of thing. I believe there are 5, I counted before, and there are 4 or 5 that are romanceable new characters. So I'll kind of, like I said, if I don't call them out, someone else yell like, hey, that's definitely not a regular Stardew character. And we'll go from there. Yep, just clean it up a little bit. We got some extra energy, and then I can go fishing and lose all that energy very quickly. Boop, boop. I got some coal. I like it. That's always good. Okay, so now I'm going to start storing my tools, because I'm not going to need them as much. Well, actually, I still need them. That's right, because we're going to town to grab the green beans and the, my brain. Green beans and the cauliflower. You found an artifact! Okay. Well, we can now go to the museum, too. So we have a bit to go through today. We have a couple different stops to make, to get different things. So I think the best thing is to go do those stops right away and get them out of the way. Oh, here's one of the new people. I don't think they are romanceable. I'm going to confirm that here in a little bit. Hey, you're that new owner of Hollywood Farm. My manager held a meeting about you. Apparently Morris is holding meetings about me. I work part-time at Joja Mart. I do not believe that Martin is romanceable. No, he does not have the option that like these do as single. Because yeah, if I remember correctly, it is... Where are they? They probably put them at the end. So there's Olivia here. Or no, sorry, Olivia here, Sophia here, Victor, and why can't I think of their name? Boo. I need to look it up now. Now my brain's gonna be like, who's the other person? And I'm like, I don't remember, and it's gonna bug me. Oh, that's right. It's actually Claire. That's right. So that is Claire. I always think it's a hat, but it's her hair pulled back. So there's also Claire, who, you know, funny enough, works at Joja Mart, rich off of Joja Mart, and then nothing to do with Joja Mart. So, we also have Maru here with a nice little kind of headband, a nice little kind of burlap pants. But okay, let's see what our first quest is. It achievable? Shall we find out? Well, copper ores. Well, unfortunately, I mean, I'll accept it, but Clint, I literally cannot get in the mine in the time to do that quest. But I mean, if I happen to find other rocks, that will be awesome. But I don't think so. Oh, we got Alex over here with his baseball cap. So you're the guy, huh? You're the new guy, huh? I'll see you around. We're just doing kind of mass meetings. We got George and Evelyn in here, who are the grandparents to Alex. George is a little grumpy. Evelyn is a sweetie. But if you know how to charm George with the leeks, then... Oh, so here is one of them. So here's Victor. So he is the one that came back from college, isn't sure what he wants to do with his life. Engineering major, that kind of stuff. And for context, for those that play Stardew and kind of aren't used to this house being here, this is their house. You haven't seen all of it yet. So yeah, here's Olivia. Here's Victor's mother, or you can also look at it as Olivia is Victor's mom, or Victor is Olivia's son, whichever direction you want to go. So exciting when someone moves in. You met my son Victor? I actually have met your son Victor. So yeah, they have a nice television room over here with butterfly hutch. They have this big library. Then here is where their bedrooms are and their bathroom, and they have a phone with no messages because apparently I can check their phone. I can't get into any of these places, but you know, he has a whole couch set in his room. The fireplace is huge. Like, yeah, it's a bit wild when you think of it. Especially because I don't think you can actually upgrade your house to be bigger than this. So they officially have the biggest house, and always will, in this area. But Olivia's still humble. She still comes to Pierre. Oh, because they're coming to work out. It's right. It's Tuesday. It's workout day. That's right. Which sounds really weird to anyone who doesn't play Stardew generally. Ooh, I like Abigail's like jacket there. That's right. I heard someone moving into that old farm. Kind of a shame. I always enjoyed exploring those fields, aka trespassing. Just saying. So we definitely want to get some beans. Let's do 3 bean starters. I think that allows us to get 4 cauliflowers. Yeah, because we got enough of everything else. I think just investing fully in these 2 is probably just a good way to go right now. Oh, here's Jody. So Jody is Sam and Vincent's mother, although it doesn't matter quite yet, Kent's wife. Oh, and there's Caroline, who runs the thing. Wait, who am I calling out? Oh, Abigail. I'm like, who am I calling out? I'm very confused. I'm like, I actually was pretty nice to the last couple of people. So this is Emily, who has different outfit for today because, you know, exercising. And then this is Robin again, and it looks like she's got a fanny pack or something, but I think that's a fanny pack. Or something like that. Oh, and then we have Marnie. We haven't met Marnie yet. She is the livestock person, so the one that gets us our cows and our chickens. Yep, so this is Pierre. You have to meet everybody, and I like to try to do it as a challenge before the first big festival where they all exist. So that's Lewis. We already met him. He has his hat on again. Victor's in the graveyard. We're just gonna ignore that. Grab a flower. So yeah, another thing, they have a nice community garden down here. You can't interact with anything really, except just that it's the community garden, but it's a pretty cool one. And then this is Gunther, which you notice that his museum is empty, and that is problematic. Yep, but we found something, which is that little arrowhead we dug out of the ground on the way here. I've got a favor to ask you. Would you consider donating any new artifacts and minerals that you find? We can make a groundbreaking discovery together. And who knows, if you keep donating, it might have some interesting items for you. Think about it. If you decide to donate, just bring it. So basically, I don't think it talks about it. I don't think it talked about it here for some reason, but the old curator of the museum basically stole everything. So that's why he's so keen to having donations, because everything else is gone. So we're gonna put this over here, I think. Which, does that get me something? Ooh, it does. It gets me money. Well, I might as well go back and buy more seeds then. I think that's 5 potatoes worth. Yeah, let's do that first, because we can go to the beach after that. So let's go do that first. They have a nice little kind of pond area here in between before we get to Joja. Oh, wait, there's a trash to check. Gotta track it. Gotta check it. Ooh, Abigail's got a hat on now? We can't look at it now because I already talked to her, but that'd be really cool. They're all exercising over there. Oh, it looks like Olivia does some yoga. I love it. I was wondering what they would do, since that is very different. Yeah, we're probably not going to fish today, actually, but we're probably just going to, like, prepare for fishing. Just because we have so many seeds to plant. I want to make sure I have energy for it. Ahoy there, son. Heard there's a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet ya. My blanket's falling off. That's not good. Started moving. It's crazy. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive, and hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. I generally don't. Really don't. But I will fund him later in the game, for those that know. There might be an admissions fee to something. I got a bamboo pole. There's good water here in this valley, all kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old pappy used to say. Well, that's kind of it. So now we have... Sorry about that. I hope I made it in time. My brain decided it wanted to sneeze, and did not give me a lot of time to react to that on a stream-based thing. Oof. Okay, but also will let us pick up some stuff to some. We got some nice clams here. We can't pick up the cockle currently, so we'll come back for that, but or the oyster there, but that'll be something we want to save anyway. Whereas the clams we actually will sell. So. Oh, I never talked to Sam. Wait, no, Sam, come back. Come back. Come back. So this is Sam, teenage guitarist sort of thing. We have Marlin down here with the Adventurers Guild. Ooh, I like that. It kind of has the more the leather vest kind of feel. We can go in. He's not a it thinks he's there, which is kind of funny. But still got old Gil over there. All of our monster rewards. And a little trash can out back, but I think he's too close, so I can't do it. Currently. Doesn't look like there's anyone in the main area here. We'll just check the trash on the way out, and we don't want to go that way because we're gonna be picking up stuff and going through grasses that we can't actually pick up. So, oop, we gotta go through here. Still not sure on the layout of the land here in this area of how it actually works. So, still getting used to some of those paths. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, and then we just come down here, and that will get us right to where we want to be down here. Cool. Okay, so if we want to branch out of the area first, let's put the... How do we want to do this? Let's put the green beans up here. Okay, and then... Let's see, we definitely can do... some potatoes down here, or some cauliflower down here. Let's do the cauliflower. And then we're gonna make it all lopsided is what's gonna happen, because we're gonna... Oop. Potato. Potato. There we go, that's what we wanted. Yeah, now I can actually put away some of the watering stuff, and maybe we'll go fish in a river. That's not a bad idea. To get some extra kind of stuff to sell. Oop, actually got rid of something I actually need. There we go. That's the way we're going to cut through some stuff to get down to the south area. Because we currently have no access to it whatsoever, so we need to make some room. That wasn't actually too bad. That got us down there pretty quick. Okay, now I need to figure out fishing spots, because there's a little less room here to move around than usual, so... Okay, this one isn't too bad. We're on the bridge. Yeah, I like the bridge. Let's do that. Okay, so we do have to meet this person. So I'm like, hopefully I catch a fish sometime soon, so we'll pause. There we go. Let's see. I know how to fish. You don't gotta tell me how to do that. Okay, so this is Sophia, by the way. So this is one of the other new people. So we have Victor, Olivia, Sophia, and then Claire, which we have not met yet. I'm also open that if I haven't romanced someone, I will probably do them on this one, but you gotta find out who that is, who I wouldn't have romanced. Good luck. Eek, a stranger. Wait, aren't you Frankie the new farmer? Sorry, I get a little nervous around people I haven't met before. My name's Sophia. I'm owner of Blue Moon Vineyard. I'll see you around, I guess. Yeah, so we'll just get some fishing skill here, as you're going to see. We're going to start leveling that portion up here. Ever so slowly with each and every catch that we do. And maybe we have enough time and we can save enough energy by eating some of the, green algae that we get that we can actually maybe get to level 1 tonight. That's a possibility. By tonight, I mean this day in the game. We're probably going to make fishing a couple levels in by the end of the actual physical night. But oh, and Joja Cola, which is actually not. I guess that's just as good as green algae at this time. But this you can give to Sam and make him like you. So toss up. Oh, jeez. Of course, I put my hand up immediately when like there's a catch to do. Of course I would. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, we're just gonna try to make some money, get some crops a-going. Ooh, I got a silver star chub. That's fun. That's pretty good energy. And I mean money, because we're also looking for money, but at this point the energy is probably pretty big just to be able to catch more fish that cost, money in general. And we're just gonna have a nice fishing stream. Catching the bream, There we go. And the mountain lake is probably where we want to actually fish if we were trying to fish all day, but this was closer, and just like, that's good enough for me. Yeah, otherwise we'll just kind of relax and enjoy the sounds of me struggling with a fish bar. Because it's way early in the game and it's a lot harder to fish than usual. I will say I did contemplate the mod for making the fish game easier there. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Not on stream. I need to show my struggles for the world to see of me fishing. Which I'm almost level 1 now already, so that's a bigger bar as soon as you hit it. So that shouldn't be too bad once we get there. Oh, it might already be a larger bar. Maybe that got me to level 1. Yeah, it did. So, ooh, and a gold star bream already. Whew. We're bringing it in. Okay, let's eat the chub. Actually, probably should have eaten the green algae because that's not going to be worth anything, but we'll see if we end up using that energy anyway and just go into the green algae. Because yeah, right now we're just catching fish as one of your better early game money makers, so that's why we're doing it. It's also a good way to get treasure like this, which only got us stone. Okay. But, those little things make a difference when it comes in you get the random chance diamond or something like that. Who knows, there might be more you can get from treasure chests in this mod that I just don't know about because that's how that goes. Because we're still kind of learning some things. And hell, there's this whole portion of the map that I need to explore one of these days. And which will happen eventually. I'm just going to kind of take each day and be like, okay, we go do this. Oh, we have some free time, let's go do this. And just do all of that. Okay, we can do one more fish. Yeah, we got the time. Yep, because now we're gonna start feeling exhausted. So we can do one more. We've caught a fair and good number of stuff at this point, so. And of course that's when we get trash, but that sounds about right. So yeah, there are items in this game that are trash. You can't do anything. I know my thing is blocking it by the way, so thing. But basically, here are some broken glasses. Yep, that's how that goes. Okay. Yep, and we have a path in pretty nicely, which is good. It's not too bad of a path to make it, so you can make it pretty quick. I think we're going to dump in probably just we only probably need one, well, we'll put 2 bream. One chub, the stone, that, and then we can sell the rest. That will get us a little bit of money as we go about tomorrow. Yep, level 1 fishing. See, just like we saw. Yeah, I mean, that got us 274. It's not too bad for a partial fishing day. That's why I gotta go to the lake, because the lake fish at this time of the year are probably the better fish to be catching. I think in terms of profit. But we also have full energy today because it's raining. So it's gonna be clear and sunny tomorrow. But basically, rain means you don't have to water your crops, which is kind of nice. Not gonna lie, it's kind of nice. See, they're all watered. I don't have to worry about them. Oh, I thought I saw an artifact spot over there, but don't see it now. So we probably can just take our one little area. Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's use this. What's the quest today? Nothing. Billboard. Nope, it was Morris's birthday. I really didn't have anything, but you can kind of see how outfits change then for the rainy day too, which is kind of cute. So like Emily's is different there. You can see Pam's different. Vincent's different. There's some jackets going on, like Haley's there. So that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead before we end up north, and let's do a little exploring. So I might actually need to grab, just in case, the scythe to get through. So let's do that quick. I think we're going to just take a little loop down. If you look at the map, I think we're just going to do a little loop down here, so you can kind of see the different stuff around here and how it looks. So we'll just kind of go that way. This looks like the same size as the regular Stardew map, but as you're seeing, there's a lot more stuff, which means it is just a lot bigger. So that's one thing that I have to get used to. That it looks the same size, but it's probably going to take a lot longer to go through this area than I'd think. I'm thinking maybe I might do... Actually, I might just do the ocean today and just go that direction. Because that generally has lower energy fish. So yep, we got Marnie's little crop areas here. As we're going along, we still have the tree. We still have where the wandering trader comes in. Still have the secret woods up there that we can't get to currently. As we go along here and get down towards here. This is actually also a good way to get forageables, so that might be a good way to do that. You're going to see we have some magical things. I notice they have ancient fruit seeds and a large cauliflower. So that's kind of fun. Not to mention the fact that the ancient fruit seed is almost grown by day 3 is pretty magical. Nope, nothing too crazy there. You're gonna see actually this other thing I will point out. You're gonna notice it's a little foggy to the left of the screen. That's because it's rainy, and so this area gets foggy further down in the valley by the ocean. Yeah, that's part of the expanded part. So that's not your screen going crazy, I promise. We have the Hat Mouse area, which apparently had a dandelion, so I'll take that. We got our usual bridge still here, because these paths are still going to be similar to what you've seen in Stardew, but you're going to see a lot of other things around. So for instance, here is, I believe this is Andy's farm, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Andy's fishing in. He got some fresh forage from the forest, you know, kind of like what I'm doing. If we go south here, we should still see some spring onions. Well, let's see if we find any. It might be too early for it. They might not have spawned. There's also less dirt area for them to spawn in, so that's also something that means they may not spawn as soon as we'd expect to see spring onions, but... let's see, I think... Yeah, if we go... Yeah, things were over there, which is kind of funny, because we're actually over here by this point, but... I think there is a bug right now with how far the map scale is for this, so that's why it has me over there. It's had it where I've been like further into some things, and it's like I'm off the map basically. And I'm like, that's not right. So we're not going to use that for actually where I am. I'm just going to kind of know. But yeah, if I go north there, I actually go back up on the bridge to Marnie's. So we want to go this way because there's more stuff this way, which is the Blue Moon Vineyard. So you're going to see there's a bunch of grape trellises around, and this is where Sophia has their place. I also will mention the Scarecrow is definitely not protecting everything, I'm pretty sure. So, well, yeah, I think that's too far out, so we're just going to leave that alone. And, you know, she can figure it out, but... Yeah, there's this whole stone well to stomp in, all these kegs, you know, everything you need to have a successful, you know, vineyard around here. And then just, I think it's just an area. Yeah, there's nothing really going on here. Yep, with a little area to fish. And that's the dock and the boat up north there. Which I think you can see from the other side, I'm pretty sure. But and then if we go this way, we end up on the beach. So that's kind of one way you can kind of loop through there. Oop, we got a nice lost book for the library, so we're returning books to the library. We got a cockle. Yeah, I think this is why I'm going to go back and just put away stuff, because I have a bunch of stuff now that I'm like, I don't want to have this stuff while I'm fishing, because it takes up inventory space. Because until we unlock these other levels of the backpack, you really don't have a lot of room for things. So you kind of have to make do with what you have for a bit, and make trips back home fairly often. Pierre's is closed, so there's no reason to check that out. I guess I probably should, now I think of it, I probably should check who I haven't met yet, just so if I do pass by him, I can say, oh, I need to meet you. So we haven't met Penny yet, haven't met Sebastian, haven't met Haley or Vincent, haven't met Harvey. Oh, Harvey we could probably go fix right now. Elliot, Jazz, Leah, then Claire and Morris. Yeah, which Claire and Morris I believe we can just go meet at Joja, so that's not too bad. But Harvey's usually in here, so we can just go meet him in here if he's here. Yep, there he is. I think he has a mustache in this, which is throwing me off. Or, no, he has a mustache, it's just actually on his sprite, it looks like now. So, it's a little weird to me, for sure. But, like, he definitely has a mustache, but now it actually shows on his face. So, yeah, this was like, yeah, let me just take the pit stop and go meet him since we're right here. It's only going to take about a half hour. In-game time. Yeah, we're just gonna. Oh, I went the wrong way again. I need to get used to that because I'm so used to walking to the left. I'm like, it's honestly better to go down currently until we have some other stuff maybe in the way, or want to avoid crops or something. So we'll just throw that in there, which means we're pretty close at this point to probably what the spring forage bundle is. We'll probably need this and this for a crab bundle. We're just going to sell this clam, and then we know that we're okay to make it where we need to go, so we're just going to go ahead and put this away and come up here. And we're going to go to the lake, because the lake is pretty good for fishing at this point, because you can get some largemouth bass, which are good for energy. You can get a range of fish early that you need for your, likely for the fishing bundle. Again, that could be replaced for all I know at this point. Well, that is the point, to get nice and relaxed. I would get so terribly lost in this map. Oh, I have! Because the issue with this map is this isn't the end of the map right here. Neither is this. There's stuff further. I don't know what it does, what significance it has, or anything, but you can go further than this bridge, and go on the side. You can go into these woods and find something. I don't know what that something is. I've been in it once, and I don't. Maybe I'll probably go down at some point today just to be like, hey, this is a thing. But yeah, there's something down there. That I don't know what it is. There's also, if you notice, there's stuff to the left here. That we're gonna figure out what that is later. We don't know quite yet. But so there's a lot of stuff that's going on. That obviously you can't go up there yet. They're just gonna work on their little rocks so we can hopefully go mining pretty soon. But yeah, no, this is a new experience for Stardew players on purpose. That's the idea. Is it's supposed to be a challenge to deal with. Because obviously when you've done enough of Stardew, you kind of memorize the map, memorize what you need to do, go through the motions, and like this is the idea not to do that. And I want some tea, so this is definitely due. As far as I understand, there are new experiences, new things way work as well. For all I know, the Grange display is completely different, and I'm going to be completely thrown off on what I'm supposed to be saving for. Who knows? You know, maybe the point total is higher because like one of the new people can do better or something. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's actually funny because I have to have double the tabs open because I have to have both the regular Stardew Valley wiki open as well as the expanded wiki open, so I can try and figure stuff out now. The expanded wiki only has so much information because it is all people driven, so that is something that if you have some free time during this pandemic, feel free to jump into expanded and start figuring out, you know, what Sam does on his Tuesday. I don't know what's missing. A lot of schedule stuff I've noticed is missing, especially for the new characters. Where it's just kind of like, I think it would probably be this because of what they did this time. Oh my gosh, come on. Just stay in the middle of the fishing. Thank you. It's like I was not doing that badly, and I just kept jerking back and forth. But yeah, we have a full energy bar at this point, so this will be nice. We can get some good fishing in, make some money, maybe level up to 2 or 3. And the goal is to usually rush to 5 fishing very quickly because then you get an extra bonus to your fish sales, and that bonus goes a long way in the early game to make some money. I would have probably spent money on crops today, but it is Wednesday, and therefore Pierre's is closed, and this is not going to be a JoJo run. That being said, there is apparently more to the JoJo storyline in Expanded as well. So that is probably an option in the future, but on this run, no. The first run will not be a JoJo run. It will definitely be a community center run. I'm not even pretending like it's going to be any different. But I am very curious what's different about the JoJo run and what special events happen instead. I do know, and this is technically a spoiler for those in regular Stardew, so close your ears if you don't want to hear it. Basically, the auto petter is something that, as far as I understand, you can only get through the JoJo run. So that's kind of something that I might want to do. And you can remove now. You can remove from your ears. To tell those who are muting or something. But yeah, that is something where the auto petters. Oh, I'll just stop there actually because I told people to stop it. I am silly. I'm just relaxed, so I think that's a good thing, but it also means that I'm just like, yeah, this is a spoiler, by the way, you know, kind of things. And I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't do that. But yeah, for those that have not played, who may be watching, either live or on a VOD, with Stardew, there's kind of 2 different directions you can take the story. You can either take it the community direction for a community center bundle, or you can take it the JoJo route side with the corporation, you know, improve the lives of the the JoJo Corporation and basically those involved around. Okay, I was almost stupid and almost didn't get the treasure chest, which I don't know why I was thinking that. Like, that's silly. Why wouldn't I get the treasure chest? I don't care if it's early and it's going to be harder to catch the fish, probably. I'm going to do it. Because it is a treasure chest. You can find it randomly in another area. I found it multiple times, never Oh, the auto thing that I was just talking about? You can find it. Oh, because you can find it in Skull Cavern. That's right. I did hear about that. So you have to find it in that chest, basically, and that's the only other place in the game. So you can't. But there is actually a mod where you can do special orders for Marnie and actually unlock it for purchase there, like the auto grabber. And I think it's hilarious because it's like, here's a whole new special quest you have to do just to get this. Which I'm like, it's a good idea, but I'm probably not. I did not mod it into there, by the way, because people are curious. There's really only like 1 late game mod I've done, and that was the Capstone Professions, because basically I thought it was hilarious that after I finish all the skills, there's 1 more profession that just improves something, which I'm not sure which one I'm going to take. Looking at the options, knowing what the options are, I have no idea which one I would actually prefer, so I'm going to kind of just see at the moment which one I like. I'm hoping that the shrine in the sewer still works, but to actually change it in case I don't like what I chose, but I am curious on one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for at this point, but I probably would, if I choose one of them, I probably want to change it eventually, which is the difference, so it's like, if I have the ability to change it from the shrine, then that's going to be even better, but if I just have to stick with it for a run, then it's going to be like, but I like flexibility. Something I also paused at earlier, which people were like, why did he pause at it? I might have a quality fish bundle where this is one of the gold star fish I need to get. The fact that I struggled for that in a regular playlist, but I was just like, oh, I just got it on day 3. Okay, cool. Because I struggle with that so much in one of the multiplayer playthroughs of getting this stupid gold star largemouth bass that the fact that I just have it, I'm keeping that gold star. I'm keeping it, and it's staying in my chest forever, and I don't care if it goes bad, it's gonna happen. Where it's just gonna stay that way. Oh, another treasure chest too? What sweet things do we get? We get another chub, silver star chub, and 10 bait, which we can't use yet. But, I mean, maybe we'll save up for the specialty rod and make some bait out of it. I mean, because until we get a better fishing rod, we can't use bait. So, that's kind of just going to sit around for a little bit. I just realized something. Why did I put this over here when I could just put it over here? Because if I put it, like, right there... Yeah, it gets a little blocked by those, but you can still see, even with broken glasses, which is one of the longer item names in the game, probably, you could still see this mostly in terms of the actual bars. So, I think we're just going to go with that. I think I like it over there. I usually have it in the corner, but I just realized that it gets covered up by, like, when items pop up, so if people are looking at it, they won't see it, even though I'm not necessarily looking at that point, but... Yeah, see, a longer name might block some of this, but you can still see it pretty easily, and that fades away pretty quick, so not too worried. So I just realized we basically have no room, but we can always throw away the broken glasses if we need to. I mean, it doesn't actually give us any value for a while, and so I'm not worried about losing it. But yeah, gold star bullhead, that's not too bad. Or we're just gonna get two. I might just throw these out for right now, because I'm not going to use them for a while, and I'd rather just have room for another fish for it to pop in. Tempt the fish with an open slot. Okay, oh, yep, we got a carp, which I presume we get a different type at some point. Oh, and we got a geode. Oh, well, we're going to get rid of the green algae, I think, for right now. We're going to take the bait. So we have a geode now. We actually probably have to go now, because we're pretty full up on our inventory at this point, which is good. I mean, it's nice that we're getting fish that we can sell and make money off of, but at some point we're not gonna have room for a fish. It's gonna be loss of value, and it's gonna be, just rough. So, might as well head back, sell the fish, maybe chop down a tree or two to use some. I love that fog effect though. It is really cool because like the higher elevation there, where it's kind of just messing with your. It makes the game seem more lifelike when it's like, oh, there's a little fog up there because it's raining. Duh, It kind of just makes more sense. So. Okay, so we probably want to keep this and like 2 of those. Maybe we'll just probably keep this chub as our food for right now. Bullhead we need to keep 1. We need to keep 1 carp. We can sell the regular chub. We can sell the gold star bullhead. Yep, that makes sense. We're also getting to the point where we probably need more than 1 chest. Rapidly, we're getting to that point, I think. So I might just need to go ahead and do some choppity chop chops with my extra energy, which I'm kind of just clearing out this area up here. The reason is that if I get any rice from anything, the pond's right here, so I kind of want to see it and see it grow. So clearing up this area over here, especially with the paths, all that sort of thing, this probably just makes the most sense. I'm not really gonna have much to put over here yet, but clearing up this path to the north too. I very commonly go up to the north to do mining, so bam, bam. This is also gonna spend our energy very quickly, and up our foraging levels pretty quickly. So So that's the idea behind getting rid of some of these trees. Actually, I got enough for like a full chest here. Yeah, that's pretty exhausted for our own good. Cool. So see, we got a little area there that's a little cleaner now. Like I said, let's go ahead, let's make another chest. This is going to be our... Let's do our mining chest of sorts. So that needs to be probably a dark purple color. And mining chest, well, let's put this stuff away because we're not going to use this stuff at this point. And then mining chest is going to be coal. It's going to be the actual pickaxe. It's going to be a geode. Am I missing anything else? It's probably more. Yeah, I probably should have actually made a different kind of chest. But, oop. Yeah, this is where our tools can go too. That seems fine. For the time being, that seems like a pretty good spot. We do have enough wood if we want to do a fishing chest. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? And then we'll make that over here a dark blue. Like this one. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, and then we can transfer over all the fish we're saving, basically. Which is a lot currently. Yes, I know it's getting late. I'm aware of this. Bait is something from fishing. Oh, rocks are mining. See, we already got organization going, which is good. Because being organized later is probably a good plan. Level 2 fishing. We know how to make bait now. We can't actually use it yet, but... See, we got some fair amount of money now. We've gained about almost 700 in the last 2 days, so that's a pretty good start. I do think I am going to take a short break to go ahead and rebuff my tea, kind of keep that going, keep that vibe going. I recommend also, you know, if you like tea or other hot beverages like hot cocoa, things of that nature, it's the best time to go make them quick. It's going to be a few minutes here, so you'll have some time. Also on that, you know, take care of yourself, take your meds, anything you need to do, this is the best time to do it. So I'll be right back in just a little bit, and we'll play some more Stardew. And I'm back. Have some more tea steeping. Doing its thing, you know. Doing its fruit thing. Got some Toblerone, because for those that don't know, I got a good bulk pack of that for Christmas time. So that's my way of doing that. And then I also was just marveling at the idea. You don't see 3 digits for long on your total earnings and current funds like that. This is actually pretty crazy to see both that 3 digits. So just musing over how funny that is. But it's Thursday. Nobody has a birthday, but Clint does want some copper ore. So once the thing opens up tomorrow, we do have a good shot of going and getting a bunch of copper ore. So spring onion is now officially possible down in the south, so maybe we'll go and find that at some point in the near future. And some neutral spirits. Fair enough. Easy enough. For those that are curious, I took out the blanket. It was very warm, and I was realizing it as soon as I did, but I'm in that sweet early baby stage. Yeah, where it's just like simple and there's not too much. But the crows ate one of the potatoes. That's what that would have been at that point, because that was from the 3 earlier. So it's expected. I mean, we're not gonna get a scarecrow until tomorrow, so you know we're gonna lose a crop or two probably, just unfortunately based on how the game works. I actually, funny enough, in my test playthrough had no crow damage or at all, I guess, because I got to scarecrow in time. Which I don't think I've ever had that where nothing got hit by a crow. So I don't know what the odds are on that, but that was pretty cool. Of course, it was on my test one and not my actual one, so, you know, I still lost something here. But to be fair, that seed was a free seed, so, you know, if we lose it, we didn't lose any money. We just didn't gain money, per se. So I do want to go and get another seed to put over it, though. Like, I'm not crazy here, but that's definitely not going to be something I'm going to worry as much about. But yep, we're just going to go ahead, fill back up on some water. Let's actually see if I put this back. And I just go down here and just start going for it. Do I get a free seed? Because I don't want to go purchase a seed. I'd rather keep my money for right now. So if I just start going nuts down here on the grass, maybe one of them will give me what I'm looking for. There are some grown trees down here, I'm noticing. Yeah, free seed. See, why buy seeds when you just have free ones right here? And it's another potato. See, it's just like it's what's meant to be at this point. It is what's meant to be. Why buy if you can get it for free? You know. Or what? The phrase is supposed to be, "Why spend mine when I can?" Or why spend mine when I can spend yours? Right? That's the friend. Okay. Oh, I'm just going nuts. Who knows what's happening? Who knows what's happening? Oh, my tea's almost ready here. I like to let it steep a little bit long. I'm more of a strong tea taste kind of person, so. I'm thinking some more fishing might not be a bad idea. And we're already at level 2. I mean, is there anything? I didn't really seem to get anything. Now, one thing I do want to check is... Okay. There was some point in my test where I left the farm, I came back, and then it was later in the day and I'd got my cat. And so I didn't know if that was a weird late trigger that was happening, and so I just wanted to check that there quick. Well, there's forage up here, so let's grab some of it for some extra forage leveling, because this does a bit more, I think, than... Right now, this does more than trees because of just the energy deficiency we have. We can't just go crazy chopping trees currently, so... You know, we can... Well, let's see. Maybe we should try and actually finish meeting the final people, because we're pretty close. And we could probably hit both kids up at the library. We could hit most people up at Joja there. Yeah, let's actually try this. So, we actually want to start south, because we want to see if we can get Leah first. Because Leah's going to be the first one. It's going to be kind of tough to meet. Elliot and Leah are going to be a little tougher, because we have to hit them at the right timings. I mean, worst case, Leah should be at the bar, I think, usually, so we could always hit her at the saloon if she's not down here, but just on a pass-by, might as well see if she's down at her cabin outside of it. Well, there's so much more greenery and grass there, it's harder to get through. Because she does have this nice outside sculpting area now, so I'm kind of always curious if she's going to be out here now. but doesn't look like it. I am definitely not friends enough with her to go into her house, so I'm not worried about that. Let's go over this way, which should bring us right into this part of town. Oh hey, Joja Cola. Is Sam in here? Because we can just give it right to Sam. There is, but he is behind a wall currently, so that is not possible. But if he comes out behind said wall, that will work. Okay, we got Vincent, who's talking to a stranger despite his mom telling him don't talk to a stranger. Yeah, Sam's just rocking up behind them. We already met Sam though, so I'm not worried. Next would be Haley, who is in her room still, and I'm not good enough friends. Oh, nope, she's leaving her room. Perfect timing. See, I'm timing this quite well right now, just to... my clothes are wonderful, and my blue sapphire necklace is to die for sure. Okay, so we got that. Next, oh, I haven't said hi to Jazz. If Vincent's still there, Jazz hasn't went to the place yet, so she's probably still over here. The problem with meeting everybody, you have to then remember where everyone is. Now, thankfully, I've met most of the other people, so Jazz is not here currently. Hi, Marnie. Not that I'm not, happy to see you, but you weren't who I was looking for. Oh, maybe she's jumping rope. I thought she only did that with the Wandering Trader was around, but maybe she does that on other days. Haha, she does. It's like Stardew knowledge. It's all in there somewhere. Gotcha. So she's doing that. Okay, so we got that. Who are we missing now? We have... I presume that's Leah. It's hard to tell with the hat, but I presume that's Leah. That's Elliot. That's Penny. Sebastian. And then we have Claire and Morris. Now, I think it's still a day too early for Community Center trigger, so we're not going to trigger that when we walk. No, we already walked into town. Duh. It would have triggered already. So, let's go to Joja next, I think, is probably the next best direction to go. Might as well check if Sam's around, because we could just dump the Joja Cola on him and get some... Nope. Because we can just dump the Joja Cola on him, that's probably going to be nice. I'm actually curious to give this to Morris to see if it helps friendship. I will be honest, that would be kind of funny. Because he is the manager of Joja, so he loves Joja Cola, right? Ooh, Penny, hi there. Let me actually check if Elliot's around here. If he's outside of his cabin, then this is going to be actually much easier to meet everybody today than I thought. He is not outside his cabin, at least here, so... Oh, but we do have something here. Another book. We expanded the library. Yeah, because I don't think he's in the library. He seems like someone who would be, but I don't think he is. We'll just kind of head up this way a little bit. We got Sophia there. Oh, thankfully I checked that quickly before anyone noticed. Yeah, who else are we missing? I know I said them all, and then I completely forgot them. So we need Leah, who's probably going to be at the bar later. Oh yeah, we need to be going to Joja. That's what I was doing. I'm like, what was I doing? I was also going to buy more seeds to plant, but doesn't look like that's happening today. In the slightest. Which, speaking of that, laid back. Tea. I need to have my tea. Otherwise, what's the point? Ah, yes. See? Calming. Calming. Especially because hibiscus is actually really good for blood pressure, and I have a family history of having very bad blood pressure. So, we're gonna see. Okay, so here... Yeah, this is Claire. So you actually... A lot of people talked about this, is that in the regular game, people wanted to be able to actually figure out who is this cashier lady. This is actually Claire now, funny enough. So you can actually romance her now, which is the interesting part. Can I talk to Morris? Okay, I can go in and actually talk to Morris still, even though I'm not like friends with him. I don't bother Pierre's store. Joja's seeds are much better than his. Sure they are. Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're the manager of Joja Mart and you're telling me that the Joja Cola is a despicable gift, wait a second here. I think you're shilling. I don't think you're truly truthful about how much you love Joja. I don't know if I don't get your commitment. I don't get your commitment. Okay, so that was the two of them. So yeah, we just have Elliot, Leah, and Sebastian then, which is that how much we have on here? Yeah, Elliot, Leah, and Sebastian, because it never counts the wizard. Despite the wizard being someone on that list, it does not count the wizard. So yeah, we already talked to Andy, so I need to talk to him. Sebastian's easy to see at night because he's usually smoking by the lake, so I'm not as worried about him. So I think I'm just gonna go around and check Elliot and Leah's general vicinities. Oh, well now I don't have the Joja Cola because I gave it to someone who wasn't happy for it. Mer. Yeah, he's not around his cabin. Okay. So I can't go in. The issue with Leah and Elliot in terms of tracking them down, for those that don't know as much about Stardew, is that they have cabins, which means that you can't get into their house, not just their room, and so you can't actually really see what they're doing. So yeah, I should move this again. Yep, Leah's not in here. Also love that I've like done nothing except forage all day. There's Emily. Some of the moms are talking up there. Let's see. Maybe Leah's down here, so let's kind of give it a quick check just in case. Because sometimes she's just along the river shore here. Sometimes not, but you never know. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But there's a dandelion over here, so I'll grab that quick. Because that never hurts to grab quick. Don't think I've seen any of the, whatever the other one is. I can't think of what the name of it is right now. But I don't think we've seen one of those yet, so we might be actually kind of be in trouble for the foraging bundle. We might not be ready for it. Funny enough. Yeah, so let's go check out the saloon just to see if people are sitting in there. Otherwise, usually Fridays are pretty good days for saloons. Just your better chat. You'll see there's Prairie King, which I am not playing right now. There is Pumpkin Smashers, whatever that is, and then this is the skull-shaped keyhole one that you can't do until later. But I will not show my bad attempts to play Journey of the Prairie King. Not gonna show that right now. That's just asking for ridicule on the internet. Elliot, haha! I do see you. Cool, cool. We have Shane in what I presume is his uniform. I presume. Yeah, and Leah's not in here yet. It's just Pierre. So I think she's supposed to show up at the bar at some point. Could be wrong about that, but I thought she usually shows up because can't remember who, but someone I watched only romanced Leah a lot, and you can kind of just get her salad from the, I don't know, someone talked to me at some point about that, where it's like, yeah, just buy salad from the saloon and just give it right to her. It's like, well, she's not here. Maybe go check her pathway, because at any point I can start going north and try to get to Sebastian. Because, like I said, he usually is outside smoking, so he's pretty good to hit late. So if it's locked like that, it makes me think Leah's actually not there, which makes me think she is somewhere around here. I don't see her in her usual spots that I know her to be in, generally, so she must be somewhere else, and maybe she'll end up at the saloon here. Because if you meet everybody, then it's the whole give someone a gift, and, you know, you kind of progress that storyline, and that's what I'm trying to do. But, and you don't have to, nothing, you know, you could still progress the regular storyline without doing this, but at the same time, there's just kind of a sense of, I should do this kind of stuff, so I'm going to. There's not a whole lot to do early game because you're kind of waiting for crops to grow. So unless Andy takes Leah's spot here and just Leah never shows up, which is very possible, but I don't know. So let's go up. Let's go see Sebastian quick. See what's up. Wild horseradish, there we go. That's the other foraging bundle I need. Oh yeah, he's up here now. Gotcha. Look at, oh, I love actually that shirt with that combination. Just moved in, cool. Chose Pelican Town? Yeah, he's not a big fan of Pelican Town generally. It's a good thing to know about him. He's generally not a fan. He kind of wants to go far, far away. Hey there, Linus, do you want a daffodil? Yes, of course you do. He generally becomes my friend very quickly, because one, you can give gifts to him pretty quickly. But two, it's just honestly, like, he has some cool recipes to give you and stuff, and I don't know, he's a fun storyline, so I like kind of leveling up that storyline first. That and George are generally ones I do quickly, because you can get a lot of leaks up, especially if you're very lucky, you can get a lot of leaks in springtime, and so which is his favorite gift, so you can actually really kind of stock up or get his gift going pretty quickly. Yet again, I have a bunch of energy upon coming back here, so maybe I should do something about that, and yeah, I don't have a wild horseradish, that's kind of crazy. It's gotta be the first time for me that I just haven't had wild horseradish by this point. But there's firsts for everything, you know. But yeah, let's just chop down a bunch of these trees here, kind of open up this grassy area for, you know, maybe putting chests or different kind of... This might be a place where, you know, before we have the shed, we might want to be putting different machinery of sorts. There's a lot of different things you can kind of do up here, so... This does feel like the place to put that, though, because you can't plant crops. This seems like the area where you'd want to put your machinery. You know, it's kind of in the middle point of the farm. You know, you can kind of just come back to this. It's right by your house, so you can quickly run and do stuff as you're heading toward your house. Like, there's a lot of different things you can do with it, I think. I don't think we're quite going to have enough for foraging 2 at this point, but we're going to be pretty close. Which is pretty cool this early, actually. At this rate, if we do get foraging level 2, we're actually at a rate of like 1 level per day, which is not going to maintain. I'm not giving any illusions of the fact that I can do 1 level per day. But especially with farming, there's just like eventually we're going to hit a point where farming is just going to take way too long. How are we doing on it? I can't get rid of the stump. Okay, fine. But hey, we got 104. That's not bad. We used up the rest of our energy, and we'll just have to get rid of the stump tomorrow. I don't think we sold anything that day, so it's going to be a little rough, but... Nope, like I said, we didn't sell anything, so it just goes right into the next day. Open quests. Willie wants people to catch 3 anchovies. That's actually very possible for us. I mean, it's only 90 gold, but Willie liking us is not a bad idea, and just free 90 gold plus what we're actually getting to do the fish for is not bad. And then it's not Lewis's birthday until the 7th. It is Friday, which means we do have a wandering trader down south that we might want to go pay a visit to. Yep, Willie has better fish because I've gotten to the point of I could do it. There's Susan. So Susan is someone that we have not met yet because she's trapped in the mountains behind rock slides. So that's going to be interesting eventually when we can actually meet her, but that's kind of something. And then the landslide's been removed. I'd like to remind you that our drilling operation is entirely legal. Responsible stewardship of the local environment is our top priority. It's like, sure. Sure. Okay, oh, we have parsnips. Yeah. Which means we finished getting started, so we get some money for that. We now have to create a scarecrow and reach level 1, which we can't reach level 1 until technically the nighttime, but we can craft the scarecrows and build a coop. Yeah, I don't think the copper ore is going to happen, so I'm just going to clear that out and keep getting some parsnips. Yeah, we're going to go back for some more crops. Honestly, I should be getting to the point where I probably can put down enough. Can I do fertilizer yet? No, because I'm not farming level 1, so I can't do fertilizer on these yet. So I might want to do something like potatoes, which generally is not... Yeah, because I don't know what the bundles are yet, so I don't know for sure if I need quality crops of like potatoes, for instance, but usually it's parsnips. So I'm just going to keep a few of those. The rest of these probably are going to be something we do. That is 21 crops to fill in what we have here. We are going to go ahead and water this here, because we can't get into Pierre's yet until 9, so no reason to get going there. Oop. But we do want to fill 21 crop spaces, which we have a fair amount of money for. I think during my test I didn't actually fish a ton because I was testing out different other things, and so I just didn't have enough money to get like good crops. But as long as we kind of keep track of where our money is, we could probably at least finish the last portions with just parsnips if we have to. We already have a few cauliflowers, so I'm not as worried about that one. We have the chance, obviously, of losing something earlier, but we do have, you know, what I presume to be... Oh, maybe those were cauliflower, and I just didn't realize it. Because they are... All these are growing what I presume to be, like, cauliflower. Oh, no, these were the cauliflower in here, that's right. So we have 4 of them currently, which makes me think I'm probably fine in case if we lose one, so I'll probably just leave it. So... This early one, you kind of can't go too crazy with crops because, 1, you need to actually have the energy to water all of them, and 2, you can lose a bunch of them if you're not careful. Oh, Claire takes the bus here to go to work. I presume. I don't know otherwise why she's coming from here, so that's kind of interesting. Huh. So she does not live in the valley currently, so we would be providing her a home in the valley. Ah, yes. The community center, the trigger of the storyline. Oh, hi there. I think I went with this kind of voice. Don't know why I did, but here I am anyway doing it. What an eyesore. This is the Pelican Town Community Center, or what's left of it anyway. It used to be the pride and joy of the town, always bustling with activity. Now just look at it, it's shameful. These days the young folk would rather sit in front of the TV than engage with the community. But listen to me, I sound like an old fool. I mean, you do, but we're okay with that, Lewis. Joja Corporation's been hounding me to sell them the land so they can turn it into a warehouse. Pelican Town could use the money, but there's something stopping me from selling it. I guess old-timers like me get attached to relics of the past. Oh well. If anyone else buys a Joja Cola membership, or Joja Company membership, I'm just going to go ahead and sell it. So that's where our choice comes in. Do we buy the membership, or do we go the community center route and make the town happy? Let's go inside. And he's now unlocked it, so we can go in. Huh, what's this? I guess Vincent and Jazz must have been playing here. Hint, they never come up to this part of the map. It can't be them! Spoilers. This place is even more dilapidated than I remember. What? What's the matter? Are you ill? But, there was a little green flubber thing. For those that didn't remember that flubber existed, congrats. You saw something. I wouldn't be surprised this place is full of rats. Oop. You're worrying me, Frankie. Look, I think I'm gonna head home. I need some lunch. Good way to get out of that conversation, Lewis, from the person you're thinking who is a little crazy. Hey, I'll keep this place unlocked from now on. Maybe if you can help catch that rat if you have some extra time. Yeah, a rat. Maybe even an ROUS. I'll have to come back and explore the building a bit more. Yes, I will. Speaking of, I better explore the building. Because there's this little thing over here. You're gonna see everything's pretty dilapidated, but there's a little plaque that the little being seems to be getting into. I can't read it, but I'd actually really be curious if somebody, I'm sure somebody has, because if somebody's taken the time to learn fluent Klingon, I'm sure somebody's done this, where they actually have taken down the written language of these beings, which I'm going to call the Junimos, since that is their name, but basically, I'm sure somebody's taken down. Now, this is really intricate to write, but it'd be really cool if someone actually went ahead and attempted to learn the written language of the Junimos, because you do learn what it translates to. So it is something that you could try and figure out their language structure from just that information from someone in a bit, who will find out in a bit. Tomorrow. Because not today. But yeah, you have to go look at that though to trigger the event, and so sometimes I've definitely forgotten to do that. And just been like, why am I not getting the next part of it? And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't actually go look at the plaque, which makes me trigger that point. Somehow we teleported to the point where Claire's just right here. Don't know how that happened, but here we are. Okay, so we have a certain amount of money, especially if we sell the parsnips. So obviously, generally, we're going to want to get some cauliflower seeds. Get 5 more. So we're down to 16. And 16 times that is going to be 320, so we're going to keep getting potato seeds. Now we have... Oh, we'll do one more. So now we have 10, which means we can... I think we can keep going potato seeds, honestly. So we have 5 more spots left, which allows us to do these cauliflower seeds. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we definitely had more money from fishing then, because I had to quick do a pivot to parsnip seeds suddenly for like half of my open space at that point. Lord of Potatoes. Yeah, I mean, I also like the cauliflower though, because that just pays off really big in like 2/3 of the way through spring then, and you can actually get like an upgrade at that point, or something that you want to, or like the bigger backpack, you know, it kind of just puts you in a great spot for it. And so I'm gonna invest in some crops. You know, we're gonna do a lot more of chatting with people and you know, running around, so probably good to do that. See, it is a later thing. Okay, so it's still on day 5, but I think the community center one almost overrides it or something for the time being, as you have to come back. I don't know. You see this? Oh, I love Marnie's hat there. That, oh, and the little flowers and the braid. Oh, that's so good. You see this cat here? Yes. Cat. I actually did consider putting the mod on there too to make it sound like an Eevee or evolution of Eevee, and I was just like, no, that's going a little nuts, or it's gonna sound out of place probably. Found it sitting outside the entrance to your farm. I think it's a stray. Poor little thing. I mean, it looks a lot more like, it looks like what a cat. If you're calling that a cat, then you actually can call Stitch a dog. Let's be honest. Stitch is a dog then at that point. So, I think it likes this place. Hey, do you think this farm could use a good cat? Yes. Ooh, naming. Naming is tough. Well, because the theme I've went with so far is that I'm Frankie, I've gone to Hollywood Farm, and that I like relaxation. So... I don't know. I mean, because the thing is, so for those that don't know, this Eevee is going to change form every season. So as a Sylveon currently, I believe summer is the Flareon. Fall is the Jolteon, and now I'm questioning which ones they are, because I don't remember, because I haven't played with this mod in forever, but I forgot how much I love it, because it's just adorable. I mean, I'm sure the internet has made good names for good name for Eevee. Oh, I love how it's like, oh, you know, here's the ones that you put into Pokemon Go to get the guaranteed evolutions. Like, that's not what I'm going with. No. Like, what do I want to name it? That's a good question. Our nicknames for Eevee, here we go. Da, 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 da. There's a lot of choices, so I'm just kind of looking around at these. I mean, did Frankie Goes to Hollywood have like other good songs? I don't actually know, because if so, that might actually help. What's the discography of Frankie Goes to Hollywood? That's not exactly what I thought I would end up. This is a good question. What to do? Yeah, I don't think I can really follow that. Yeah, probably can't use the Frankie Goes to Hollywood reference. Maybe I'll go with George for like Boy George. No, I'll just call it Karma then. Or like Karma Chameleon. Haha. 80s reference. I found it. Yeah. Oh. Okay, now we gotta find it and pet it like immediately. Is it indoors? For some reason I've noticed that the animal stays indoors a lot more around here. So this also I will mention, for those that don't know this mod, this is basically, it's called Better Ranching, but it works on everything, is that you can basically just show if you haven't pet something that day or milked it or whatever. So that's why you're seeing that existing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, to give some form of making sense there. But yeah, there we go. We've planted a bunch of crops. We just gotta water it every day now. Again, make a scarecrow go in the middle of it. They were kind of good for a while. We've kept some parsnips, so we can turn them into the bundle. If we need quality parsnips, we'll just go and buy some more parsnips and create kind of a quality field over here with some of the fertilizer. We'll kind of just go that route. But spent a nice even 1,600, obviously, since that's what's missing here. But yeah, that's kind of that. Now, oh, did I check this? Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go fishing. That was what the plan was. The only other thing I need to do before then is what? I just need to meet Leah, right? That was the plan? Yeah, I just need to meet Leah. So let's swing by that way first before I go to fish. I'm probably forgetting doing something, but... And there is the mine right now, but I'm like, well, I got a fish thing, so let's do that first, and then I can go to the mine tomorrow, since that's when I'm going to have to go check out the wizard anyway, so time-wise, I'm going to kind of commit a lot of time to going this way. So might as well just backtrack up north through my farm. And maybe the anchovy thing won't take too long. We can just sell the fish right to... we can just sell the fish right to Willie right away, and then just go that route. And I didn't check if Leah was available, did I? I totally didn't. She's not outside in her little statue area, little sculpting area. Is she out by the river? Nope. Because why would she be outside? But it is Friday. Ooh, wild horseradish. We need this. We need a wild horseradish. In case that's what the bundle is that we can't read yet. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go with 80s references now for like all of my animals on the farm. Just because why not at this point? I mean, at this point, I might as well just lean into the theme that I randomly picked because I wouldn't realize I needed to pick a theme like 5 minutes before stream. Because yeah, that's the thing a lot of people don't realize is like they're like, oh, that was a really bad pun. I'm like, yeah, but I did think of it in like 5 minutes right before stream showed up, so that probably is why. But you know, just that's probably why. Ooh. Ooh. Didn't hear it. That was weird. I wasn't paying attention. Probably because I was yawning during it, so that didn't help. Because of tea. Nice, relaxing tea. Come on, anchovies. Also don't think we're gonna catch 3 anchovies like. Oop, trying to not spill my tea. I don't think we're gonna catch 3 anchovies like right away, so that's probably why it's gonna take a little longer to do this. We got 1, so that's a good start. And a gold star one, so we're getting the most money out of this this mission here. In terms of just being able to sell the best fish. Oh, well, it's not gonna be a perfect gold, that's for sure. But it's also not an anchovy, so I'm not as worried. But yeah, we're just going for that anchovy. I mean, we can just, stay here and catch fish and level up our fishing skill if we want. We probably have a good chance if we actually did commit all day to get to level 3. But at the same time, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I do want to at least turn in the quest to Willy today, so that I can not worry about it tomorrow. Just get my free money, go on my way. It's a whole JG Wentworth situation. Ooh, already an iridium. I don't think I did that well catching, so maybe it just gives you better quality options here, or like it's more dynamic, where like if you get exactly perfect and it's more near the middle, you get iridium, because this feels really early to have iridium or gold stars at all, even though I am getting them in perfect, so that might have been kind of evened out in this mod, which I like, because I'm like, if I'm gonna, perfectly hit it with a lower bar, I should actually get more props to myself, I would think, but... Yep, he's just moving around and noticing that I'm fishing, and he's just like he's just a little excited, I think the ocean's riling him up, some seagulls, I don't know, but he just keeps moving back and forth. I'm just gonna keep fishing. I don't know, maybe it's a mating dance. Who knows? I don't know much about Elliot, honestly. I haven't romanced Elliot, so that is one person I guess would be eligible for the option. But okay, I am done. I can go in. I can talk to Willy. Thank you, Willy. I get 90 gold. I then can go ahead and sell these fish directly. And yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. And I am close to fishing. Yeah, but I have so much energy. I'd rather go up and try to hit some of the mines quick and see if I can't get like mining level 1 or something. Seems a bit far away, but it's really not too bad when you're auto running constantly. We actually wanted to see if we could find Leah in the saloon today, so in fairness, that's kind of the next mission anyway. Wait, did they go to the saloon? Oh, I wouldn't expect that. Oh, hey, Sebastian. I don't care if you really know me, I wanted to talk to you. We got Andy coming in. So Andy is a frequenter of the saloon, that's good to know. And Leah, yay. And we don't have anything to give anybody. Wow. Haley's got some chic outfits, I guess is probably the wording I need to use here. So. But yeah, we now need to give someone a gift, and that gets us the direction thing. Yeah, Elliot does seem fun. I haven't, honestly, just never been one where I've been willing to commit to get his, heart status up higher and higher quickly enough. It's something where, at some point you decide, well, I'm just going to commit to marrying somebody because I need to keep it going. So it's one of those, I'm getting older, in the game, and so I need to do something about that. So. Okay, I don't think we have any. Maybe I'll go up. Yeah, I'll go up north this way. Oh, I need to get my pickaxe though. If I'm gonna actually do any mining, even if I'm not gonna make progress, I still need my pickaxe. So let's put away the fishing rod. Yeah, let's keep the hoe, because sometimes we need to hoe for things. As you do, Sometimes you just gotta hoe. It happens. Yeah. No shame in hoeing around here. Whatever you need to do to make your daily bread. Oh, we're getting very close to that level 2. I'm seeing it. We do actually have some gifts now, so we could actually give one of these to, like, Linus just to get this out of the way. I'm already. Oh, interesting. So I attempted to give him a gift. It didn't work, but it still triggers the event apparently because I know how to do it. That's actually that's a smart way to make sure you don't lose an item actually. If you've already given someone 2 gifts by that point. I mean, good to know. I didn't know you could game the system that way. So the one thing about the mine, this is actually probably going to make it where I do less mine running in general, is just, it's a little further if you're noticing. And that's not really a huge difference, but my brain is lazy. And so seeing that little bit further to have to go just makes me less likely to do it. Hi, Marlin. I love how they recolored with the red cape especially. It looks he looks a lot more defined. Since he is someone that actually has events and can be befriended in this game now, it's actually kind of nice to have the full fleshed out character model. Just wondering how far this mine shaft goes. I'm going to take care of some of the monsters in here before they start climbing out into the valley. I've met a lot of adventurers in my time. I recognize that look in your eye. Old age hasn't robbed me of my eyesight, or my skill with a sword quite yet. Take this weapon. It may not look like much, but it's imbued with magic. With it, you'll be able to battle the monsters here. Yeah, rusty sword. Now, so for those that saw it when we started, I have remixed the mine rewards. So I have no idea what I'm going to get. As I've seen sometimes I don't get shoes at all. Or like at the very end I get them. Sometimes I don't get many weapons and I have to hope for drops. It's just kind of a randomized thing. So we'll see what it ends up with. I'll keep my eye on you. Prove yourself and I might think about making you a member. Fair enough. Well, let's jump right in then and start killing some stuff. Yep, reached level 5, which shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, we got stairs right away too. Anything else? Nope, just the rocks. Okay. Level 1's usually a little kind of pushover level of like, oh, it's a thing. So one thing I've noticed, and again, this might be rebalancing again, but I think the rusty sword does more damage in either this is from expanded or it's a different mod I installed, but I noticed this one testing that 3 to 8 seems higher than I remember it for the rusty sword. So this might just be a better starting weapon, which I very much like, because I feel like the rusty sword kind of really sucks early. So you kind of need to find a new sword then, usually, and I like the not needing to have to rush to get another sword and actually still being able to kill things pretty quickly. Like, I just crit for 17. That feels like way too high for a rusty sword, but I'm not necessarily complaining about it. I mean, I'll take the higher damage for sure. Getting some kappa. Killing the bugs around. We're definitely going to be picking up too many things for our own good here. Like there's some topaz. I think that early game slime is not as important, so I'm going to take the topaz instead. Where the topaz I can turn in the museum, I can turn it into crops. Like, because I want to rush to get the cauliflower, honestly, so. Don't think it's as important to get that. I still want to be getting the stone. I want to... Oh, there's a geode, of course there is. Can't do much with bug meat yet. So I think that's the direction of where I want to get rid of something, is the bug meat. Because I'm not going to get far enough in where I'm just, like, not going to get bug meat at all ever. So... Oh, I actually picked up a geode for the first time, like, the way it's supposed to. So that's why I actually was like, wait, you have a geode? And I'm like, yeah, this is my third one, but okay. We're still gonna kill the bugs, like I'm not gonna just like not kill them for the combat leveling, but yeah, we are getting up pretty quick. We do have a good shot at this point of reaching level 1 mining. Especially because I'm specifically going after some of the rocks that have better XP, but... Oh, we already got a crab thing. Cool. No bomb, but, you know, made us for the best, because we can't really do much with the bomb right now. We don't have the inventory space really to hold it. Oh, that's another one of you. The only thing I don't want to get this early is a crab, because then I have to, like, grab that. Yeah. If I got that, I was like, okay, well, I need to get the crab, because I need it for the crab pot bundle. That likely will occur, and so... We got to level 5, though, on only a partial day, so I'll take that. I think we're gonna make it to level 1. I think we are. We are pretty close at this point. Ah! Wasn't paying attention to them attacking. Yeah, see? Level 1. That's what I wanted to check for. See, and that's where I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and do a couple more rocks despite the oh, there's coal down here, though. We get so many daffodils, I'm just gonna take the coal. I feel like the coal is better than the daffodil here. This is the problem where I need the new backpack. Like, I need to get the first potato sales or, like, get some more stuff sold and just go that direction. Which maybe is why I should push into fishing really early instead, but, you know me, I'm not going to. I'm gonna go mining probably and not actually make money off of it, but... And the nice part is if I go mining, I fill up my inventory, I go home, I empty it, I go fishing for a little bit, I still make money for the day, so there's that. But it also might depend on whatever the fetch quest is, because if the fetch quest is an easy fishing task, then I'd rather go that route, get the free money, and really try to push into a good spot there. Because the sooner I can get to the backpack, probably the better for my and your sanity of me having to throw away items that I really want to keep. But yeah, we again use a lot of the energy today, so that's really good. Let's put one of those away. The stone, the geodes. Probably not going to crack any geodes. Put away the coal. The mushroom can go in there, and then these I actually need. Oh, I need an away chest. I'm also very late at night. I did not realize that. What was it? Yeah. Grab the wood. I need an away chest. So an away chest, if those that have not necessarily used an away chest before, is basically a chest you put near your exit for stuff that has to go away. So like these all are meant to go to the museum, so I need to put them away. That's why you're seeing me do it, and that's why I call it an away chest, but, you know. Oh, kitty, I need to get in. Oh, thank you. It moved, good. Level 1 farming! We can make a scarecrow, we can make fertilizer, and level 1 mining. So we actually have level 1 for everything, at least level 1 for everything except for combat, so that's fun. Oh, Clint is here to tell me about a furnace. Ah, hi there, good morning. I noticed that you have breaking some rocks open and finding ore, that's good. If you want to get the most out of the ores you find, you need a furnace. I feel like it just sounds like my normal voice, and that's the problem, is that, like, I need to find another voice that's not mine. It just so happens I had an extra set of blueprints lying around. Here, I want you to have them. I know how to craft a furnace now, so that's cool. The furnace allows you to smelt metal bars. The bars can be used for crafting, construction, and tool upgrades. When you've smelted a few copper bars, consider having me upgrade one of your tools. It can make your work a lot easier. Okay, well, I'm heading home. Take it easy. Okay, I don't think I checked the weather for tomorrow. I think it usually rains on the 7th, too, doesn't it? Oh, it's not raining tomorrow. Okay, never mind. It's not raining, so. Maybe it's not a usual thing. Maybe it was just a lucky thing I got on my other test. Oh, the wizard wants me to visit them. Crazy. Pierre's wants me to get the higher backpack. He must been, must be reading in on my Alexa or something. And then, wants me to slay 10 slimes to progress. I really should actually put these two, although I was putting them in the same one. I'm like, I should put them here. I should just come out and need to start watering, so. Okay, we did not lose another crop to a crow, so that's nice. So we can just make a quick scarecrow and be done with it. And then we don't have to worry about crows for a while now until we need more to cover our crops. Because, yeah, we have a lot of missions now is the thing. So crafting a furnace, which we don't have enough copper for, entering the wizard's tower, and slaying slime. Did we say what was on the... Oh, here we go. Slay green slimes, actually, for 360. That's actually... Yeah, we're going to go to the mines for that. Because that's really good money this early. And that's from Lewis, basically just wanting some of the monsters to be gotten rid of. So we'll just talk to Lewis after that. So if we get them all today, then we're actually in really good shape. So let's do that. That's probably the best way to go right now, is just going for stocking up on money to get the backpack to do more. Gotta have the dance break. Thank you so much, Dobby092, for the follow. I hope you enjoyed the little, I don't even know what to call it, techno moment. Hello! Ooh, is that a high five email? I actually don't know what the emote that is. I don't know what that one is. That's cool. Probably just haven't seen it, but hello! Welcome to our relaxing mental health moment of Monday. We're having some tea and having some modded Stardew action. Just arrived from the Mr. B recommendation. Oh yes, no, I have been seeing the comments coming in. I actually generally do less with the social because Belmont, who, if you look to kind of the far right screen side over there in the blue, he actually specializes in more of social media marketing and things. So he's kind of been more on that. So you've probably been talking to him. So I apologize. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with the comments, but in detail. But I know it has something to do with Mr. Bevers and kind of a promotion. So thank you for coming through. Thank you for kind of checking out our channel. Generally, we stream Stardew, as you're seeing, is one of the options. MTG Arena now and then. Unfortunately, we are not very interesting standard players, so that kind of cuts down on a lot of the magic we can stream right now and show off. But we are on Commander streams a lot, and I've done some drafting. I'll probably do another Kaldheim draft sometime soon, just to kind of have an option for it. I might actually do that next week. That might just be something, because I'm saving up enough gold for it. We've done some Minecraft dungeons. In the past, we've done Minecraft. Probably when the new Caves update comes out, we'll definitely do that. Temtem is another thing I like to do. And then Belmont's been doing this kind of D&D-esque story game in early access called Celasta. Has been kind of the Tuesday night. So feel free to kind of hang out on the variety streams that you like, and we're generally very chill. So yeah, thanks for coming over, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is the best time to ask. I can just pause the game and chat, as you're seeing, which is very nice, because otherwise I'll get sidetracked and forget to do stuff. So kind of go that route. But we're going to go mining today, though, in this. We're pretty early into this modded one. We're playing Stardew Valley Expanded, in case you don't know as much on that. There's also a lot of other mods that I have available, in case you played other Stardew. But this is not the actual Stardew game. I think I have to put that caveat on, like, anyone joining who doesn't know Stardew. I'm like, this is not the actual Stardew game. This is a fan-based addition to the game. You're still going to see a lot of the same stuff, but there are some portions of this that are not actual game content, so I always have to kind of be a little... That's why I put that modded tag on, because otherwise people might get a little confused and say, well, I want to meet that character. It's like, well, that character doesn't exist in the actual game. That is a fan-created one. Yeah, but this is just a very large overhaul. Kind of like if you see like a map in Minecraft kind of thing. This is basically the next step where people have been doing that in Stardew with new characters. The map looks different. If you played Stardew, this is going to feel weird. Like Raspy Kitten actually earlier in chat kind of said, like, this just feels very odd to look at because it doesn't look like general Stardew maps. The farm map is different. We're going to see many more characters. I also have it where they all have seasonal outfits, so you see that Linus is kind of wearing some stuff. Yeah, Pokemon hacks, that's a good way to also put it too if you play a lot of Pokemon, where you go in and just kind of have it where Nuzlocke, or I guess Nuzlocke isn't much of a hack. Randomizer, there we go. Randomizer is kind of the same kind of feel. Pokemon Uranium is probably a good sense also, where people have done that, where there's kind of the MMO, the unofficial MMO for a while version of Pokemon. Yeah, it's definitely that way. The reason why Stardew, you see so many mods, and I can post them all in here again if you want to see them, but basically I have a ton of them. The reason you see so many mods and so many updates to mods and why they're all up to date is that Concern Date on Twitter, in case you want to look him up, Eric Barone is his name. This is his kind of pet project that just became big because everyone started loving playing Stardew. It's just a very good game, very well built and everything. He spent like 4 or 5 years in development before it released to the public, kind of thing, and he updates it every year at this point. The reason is that he actively encourages and creates ability for people to mod the game. He knows full well that he's not going to have the time, or not everything's going to be profitable in terms of a reason to create an update. So he, excuse me, he specifically, excuse me, got too excited there. He specifically wants people to mod the game to show cool things, new stuff. So maybe some of the stuff might show up at some point, but for now it's something. One second, I'm gonna take some drink of water. I breathe wrong or something. I do have some water in addition to my tea because it's good to hydrate. So yeah, it's just one of those that's really cool. Like, especially if you've been kind of you played a lot of Pokemon and saw Nintendo do what they do. Like, this is definitely one of those things where they went more of the Minecraft way, where it's like, yeah, create whatever you want in our world, and then if we like it, we might just add it to the game, Where Pokemon and Nintendo kind of direction has always been more of a don't do anything with my IP ever. We don't, it's my money to make kind of thing. So it's just a kind of refreshing thing to see from indie developers and things, in terms of kind of just having that freedom for people to create what they want, because not everyone's going to want every update. So certain updates, if they're really just not something that most people are going to want, it's just not feasible for Concerned Ape to put money into. Yeah, it's just not feasible for Concerned Ape to put money into it if the majority of people aren't going to want it, or it's not going to drive sales, basically, because that's what it needs to do. Oh, now we're already seeing blue slimes? No, I need to kill green slimes for the quest. No, I need the green one. Okay, we do have a few green ones over there, but we're getting a lot of monsters on this floor. This is pretty crazy for level 6. But we're getting cherry bombs, so I can't be terribly mad at it, but we are going to finish our quest here. We have 3 green slimes. So we can kill these here. But yeah, this is more of the combat-y system, Dobby, in case you're curious in terms of... I will sell Stardew all day. So the thing is, if you're curious about any part of it, I will talk about it like crazy. I love it. I have put... What did I find out earlier? I should actually check this on Steam. How much time did I actually put into it? And there's actually some modding that I didn't actually have hooked up to Steam at first. I put in 637 hours. So I like this game, if it isn't obvious. This is definitely something I've played a ton before I even started streaming. So that's definitely something that we love it. We actually have two different Stardew shows per se going on in our stream now. We have this one now that I've started, which is doing mods to Stardew to kind of have this cool other gameplay. And then we have the multiplayer aspect, which happens every other Sunday in Lazy Sunday Afternoon Minecraft. Haha, that's not Minecraft. Lazy Sunday Afternoon Stardew Valley, which has actually been rebooted because there was a major update by Concerned Ape or Eric Brone in the middle of us starting our other one, and we're like, well, we might as well just start over with the new update. So that's kind of been something that we've done recently too. So there is a fair amount of Stardew content at this point already from multiplayer on our website and in our kind of YouTube videos. So that's definitely something. If this intrigues you, there's definitely some resources to see. I also am pretty confident that a good chunk of the chat currently in will probably also try to convince you if you're asking questions. It's one of those games, especially that blew up very highly recently. Just with the new update, a lot of people saw how cool it was and was like, yeah, I'm willing to actually try it now. There's a huge update, and it took off. Um, it's very, very, very popular now in terms of it. Um, just it's one of those comfort games, You can kind of do whatever you want. There's no there's no. The nice part is there's no it doesn't force you to go a certain way. You can kind of do whatever you want. So like if I just wanted to mine this whole time, I could. Now, would that be the most efficient? Probably not. Would I have the most fun with it? Maybe, But the game really does not care. It's just kind of like, what do you want to do? You want to do that? Cool. Let's go do that. And so I am currently deciding to do mining, mostly because that's just a more profitable one right now. But especially, I got a good copper floor, it looks like. Oh, and I got the stairs, which means I can make it to level 10 and unlock the elevator to level 10, which is really good for later. Yeah, we're getting some good progress here. We're gonna be able to make the furnace here. Now I'm curious, do I get any food here? No, I didn't get any food, because of course I didn't. Why would I get any food? But let's go ahead and use a cherry bomb, because we're getting a little low on energy. I thought I saw some more copper somewhere. Yes, I do, over here. So let's go over here. Let's put down a cherry bomb. Kind of explode that stuff. We apparently found a little, one of the crabs here that we can get rid of too. Let's get some more copper. I know I'm getting exhausted, shush. Quality retaining soil. Do I really need that right now? No, I don't want to leave it because it's actually kind of like worth a fair amount of money in terms of like if you actually purchased it, but I just always forget to use it because it basically keeps your crops watered longer. Oh, I can now enter the Adventurers Guild too, which is nice. Cool, cool. Well, I can enter at any time at this point. We've already been in it because the way the mod works, it lets you in it right away. But I think that's all the copper on this floor, so I think, well, let's kill the bug just for the completion aspect of it. And we get whatever this is, which is worse than our current weapon, which is actually impressive because there's not a lot worse than the rusty sword, but somehow the dagger found a way to do it. So I might actually just throw this. I guess no, I should put it right here and go sell it. It's probably not going to be worth a ton, but I can get into the Adventurers Guild now at any time. I don't have to wait till 2 p.m. like I used to have to. So we don't have much energy, but we can still kill things. So I might just come down here and kill some stuff here. Just to get that extra stuff. Like, especially bug meat, which can actually turn into food. So, like, if I kill enough bugs right now, I could actually turn that into some food for me. Which I don't have any food because I'm silly and I didn't make any before coming down here. I do have enough to get that copper, though. I had enough energy to get a little more copper, so it was worth it now. We also can pick up another quartz. Which I'm curious. No, it does not count as foraging to pick up quartz. Okay, I wasn't sure for a second. I'm just like, maybe... Oh, maybe I should go kill that slime. We're actually really close to the combat level 1, and I don't know if this will get me there. Nope, not quite. Okay. Oh, that might, though. Yep, level 1. Haha! Level 1 and everything! By day 6. That is not bad at all. And it's still daylight out, which is weird, because in the mine I generally do not come out during daylight, but I'm full up on stuff, I don't have the money for backpacks yet, but I can go get a fair amount of money from... Oh, hey, it's Abigail. She's playing the flute. Flute or piccolo, something like that. I can't talk to her. She seems busy playing her pretty music. Or I've already talked to her today, and I just already forgot that, but... Oh, I love the vest for Robin. That's so good. So that's Robin and Demetrius, a married couple. They have kids from different relationships. Maru is Demetrius's kid. Yeah, outside with someone else, and Sebastian is Robin's kid from someone else. So, never really explained much about it, but it's there. Okay, yeah, so we want to go for sure and talk to Lewis, because, wait, don't look, Marnie. Okay, there's nothing in there. We want to talk to Lewis first, because he's going to give us money for what we just did, for the slimes. Which is going to get us 360, which is really good this early. I mean, hell, if we turn that in terms of potatoes, that's 7 potatoes in a little bit. I mean, at least 7. Who knows? We might get extra for the crop. So that's definitely some good startup money for sure. We have Willie fishing down there. So Adventurers Guild is actually down here, which is very bizarre to people because it's usually all the way up here. Basically where the mine is. Like, the map even thinks it's there. Now, I need to get the updated map with NPC locations and things, because this map still thinks it's the old map, which is a problem, because it thinks the Adventurers Guild is up there, and things are a little off in terms of where they are, so I need to fix that. I think honestly I just need to download the NPC ones. The problem is the NPC map locations and new map kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it's still in kind of a test state after 1.5. It's not exact for at least for Stardew Valley. I don't expanded. I don't know for full Stardew Valley. So I'm a little afraid to do it because if it breaks something, that kind of messes things up. So I might test that this week. I just try to throw in as many as I could that I felt confident in, and then I was going to come revisit some and maybe add them slowly, see if what changes it makes after like a week of streaming something. So that's right. I was going to go into the Adventurers Guild. That was the whole point, instead of me just not doing anything. Cool. So I've gone in. So you see, oh, I need to go meet the wizard too. I need to do that like right away. But yeah, we got 50 gold for that. That for our first reward in the mines. I'm like, usually it'd be nicer to have like shoes or something that protect us, but here we are. Yeah, that's what randomized rewards can do. It can be very good, it can be very bad. So yeah, let's see if we can actually get to the wizard in time before he closes his doors. Because if we can do that and we can trigger the scene for that, we could start working on bundles tomorrow in addition to maybe going to the mine or doing things. And if we can get the first kind of forage bundle done, we get a bunch of forageable seeds, and that's really good to just solidify getting money from foraging and actually just foraging stuff. Yeah, we made it in time. Awesome. Ah, come in. I guess I should go low for this. I feel like I'm almost like Genie in Aladdin when I do that. Hello. Do I just like go Robin Williams? Is that just how it... I don't think I can pull off Robin Williams, so I'm not going to pretend. I am Magnus Rasmodius. Modius, sure. Seeker of the arcane truths. Mediator between physical and ethereal. Master of the 7 elementals. Keeper of the sacred you get the point. And you, Frankie, the one whose arrival I have long foreseen. Here, I would like to show you something. Behold! A rat! Wait, no, that's not a rat. But that's what Lewis thinks it is. You've seen one before, haven't you? They call themselves the Junimos. Mysterious spirits, these ones. For some reason, they refuse to speak with me. How crazy. I don't know. I'm not sure why they've moved into the community center, but you have no reason to fear them. You found a golden scroll written in an unknown language? Most interesting. Stay here. I'm going to see for myself. I'll return shortly. So if we're ranking in Planeswalker abilities in Magic, so far we've seen Foreseeing, which isn't really any Planeswalker that has that currently, but is in the current set. And then that looked like Kaya, like the ghost form. The language is obscure, but I was able to decipher it. I mean, maybe it's a Jason Kaya combo, which is an interesting combo. We, the Junimo, are happy to aid you. In return, we ask for gifts of the valley. If you are one with the forest, then you will see the true nature of the scroll. I don't know why I went like Chuck E. Cheese with the Junimos, but here we are. One with the forest? What do they mean? Aha! Come here. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to. My cauldron is bubbling with ingredients in the forest. Baby fern, moss grub, caramel top toadstool. Can you spell it? Unfortunately. Here, drink up. Let the essence of the forest permeate your body. The essence of the forest, for those that do not know, is most definitely drugs. And yeah, it's gonna restore some energy, but we're gonna go on a little trip here. It's gonna be a little trippy, for sure. But this is apparently the essence of the forest, you know. So I'm gonna have some tea, which, you know, has some naturey elements to it. Wanted to finish off before it got too cold. Although that is pretty good as iced tea. That version. You've gained the power of forest magic. Now you can decipher the true meaning of the Junimo scrolls. Which is important because we now can see what that scroll was. So you're going to see this is what was in that crafts room. I'm just going to kind of quickly jump in it. It looks like nothing is switched up. So we don't have anything different yet. We still have the normal construction bundle. We have the exotic foraging bundle, which is all this stuff, which we don't have any of that yet. We have the usual foraging stuff, it looks like. I don't think anything... Oh, holly's in there, so that's interchange. That's new. That replaces the winter yam, which I'm okay with. The winter yam is meh to kind of get. Fall foraging all looks the same there, and spring is all the same. Yep, we don't have any spring onions. So, which speaking of that, I might actually go and check for some spring onions. I'm already down here, so it doesn't hurt to just do a quick check for them. While I'm already all the way down here and low on energy, yes, I got a little energy from the essence of the forest, but you know, might as well just go ahead and you know do the thing. Don't have any achievements yet, so we don't see any hat mouse. This is Andy's farm. Looks like he has some potatoes that he really needs to grab, but you know, that's his choice, I guess. And then down here, if there were any spring onions, they'd be down here. Now the issue, and this is something that I don't really have a huge problem with because, in fairness, I don't like the spring onions aren't worth that much, but is actually a lot harder to have a spring onion kind of harvest. I've noticed with this mod because there's not as much dirt down here. So when it tries to put the spring onions down, I think it just misses sometimes, and so you could go without just getting them in the spring, as far as I can tell. Because I mean, we're already a week in, and we have not gotten any spring onions down there. Because they will just stay if, you know, it's been a whole day or something, so. But, you know, that's how it goes, you know. I'm actually really not too worried about it, because again, they aren't worth that much. If it was part of the bundle, I'd get worried about it, but it's not, so. Which, I don't think we have time right now to go turn in the bundle. Well, maybe we do. We might have enough time to just enough time to do it if I plan this correctly. So let's put some of this away. I'm used to multiplayer where the time never stops. So that's part of the issues. I keep looking to like be like, okay, what time is it? Okay, what time is it now? And I'm like, it doesn't change right now. But I keep forgetting about that every time, so. Oop, not what I want to do. And then we're going to create one of these, and then put it down and start making copper. Okay, so we got that. Next we would want to do one of each of these, which we only have one wild horseradish, so that's all. But yeah, let's try to run quick and pull that off, because if we can, we actually open up other bundles and we can start planning for it tomorrow. So I think that's better to do, is to just rush there quick. We have enough time, I think, especially, like I said, with the pausing. If this was multiplayer, there's no way I'm making back in time. There's just no way. Because with the time continually running through the menus, it's not going to help. But the fact that as long as we're looking at the tablets, it's going to actually stop time, I think that's going to be a different story here. Now, obviously, I'm still going to probably get to bed late today, but I'm not worried about losing too much energy off of it. But this just gives us some seeds that we can plant tomorrow. And so it's better to grab them now so we can just water them and then go about our way tomorrow, instead of having to go back to it. We still might have some crops to have to do it with, but... Okay, so... I don't think we've actually made our scarecrow yet, so that's something we actually have to go back and do before we go to bed. So we're just going to look at it here. So I think everything's pretty much just, let's see, quality crops. Oh, they want green beans. Ooh, that's going to be tougher because we didn't put fertilizer into the current green beans we have, and we really shouldn't start growing any more at this point. So it's going to kind of depend on what our green beans come up as. It might be that this is just going to have to wait until fall and we can get the eggplant. So that's an interesting change. I haven't seen green beans pop in here yet, so that's a new one. Let's see. We have quality. We have obviously the usual summer, fall. We have a garden bundle. Oh crap! I gotta start growing some flowers. I haven't seen this one before. This is new. So you need four of the following 5 flowers, which you have to grow the tulip now, I think, right? The tulip is the spring one, I think. Maybe also the summer spangle. Blue jazz is definitely, I think, summer. No, Mayfair was summer. I don't know. I know sunflower is summer and fall, I believe. So that one's later, but yeah, we're going to start growing some flowers like right away, which is interesting. And then there's a brewer's bundle, which means we need to start working towards having a keg too. So we can start brewing some things, which actually also means we should start befriending Caroline a bit, just in case we can't seem to get these going. But it's likely that we're going to get the honey before we befriend Caroline, but it's possible. So that's that one, not even counting the fish tank one. So, I mean, usually these other ones are the same. So lake fish, river fish, is usually pretty much similar. Master fish bundle, so we have to get 2 of the following 4 of these, which lava eel isn't too bad if you commit your day or 2 to it. Blobfish is the one from the festival, so it's not too bad. Octopus is tough, and scorpion carp you can't get till you get to the desert, so that one's a little rougher. Yeah, we still have crab pot, and then we still have everything else as normal. So, okay, so we don't have quality fish bundles, so I don't have to worry about that gold largemouth bass being kept. We got master fisher instead, so. Interesting. Interesting ones that we got, for sure. It's going to be a very odd bundle thing, honestly, because we have a few very, very odd ones. So, let's run back then. See if I can't make that scarecrow really quick. Maybe just a second one because I'm already kind of planning on having a second area for this spring seeds to get the forageables. Because that's a really big boon to foraging when you can just do 30 forageables in one area. So if we're really thinking of trying to get, I think that's when it unlocks. I think that unlocks the keg for sure. So we'd want to get that up. Possibly also the lightning rod. So. Yep, we finished that off, so we can just put that away. I think we need some coal for sure. And then we need some fiber and some wood, I think. I'm trying to remember what a scarecrow, because usually I don't craft too many by that point. Yeah, we have enough. Oh, we have enough for one. We're going to cut down more wood for a second one. But we do get 100 gold for it, so if we can do that quick, actually, yeah, we have enough time to cut down, I think. To cut down one tree. If I can find a tree. Jeez. Okay, there's one over here. I'm like, for a second, I was like, where are the trees? But we have enough energy that we got back from the wizard to get enough wood for this, I think. We're going to get a little late into the day, but... There we go. Got enough. We are very low on wood now, but we do have a second scarecrow, so we can kind of just put that down over there for now and then go to bed. Because we should get to bed here. Oh, the kitty's on the bed. Well, the Sylveon. Not really a kitty much, but... Level 1 combat, so you can make that bug steak. We can make a ring if we want that I've never used in any playthrough. Sturdy ring's okay. It's some health, but there are better rings for your slots, and by the time you start making them... oh, Marnie wants a cave carrot. We actually don't have one of those yet, so that's actually a good way to try to do some stuff in the mines again for money. And then it is now Lewis's birthday, so we should give him something. It's also Sunday, which means Queen of Sauce. Which is stir-fry, because it's always stir-fry the first week. It's actually always the same thing for a 2-year cycle, but I don't always remember what they are. It's not a great luck day, but I think it's still probably a good day to try to go get that cave carrot. Robin tells you, hey, you can come buy a well from me, and I'm like, no thanks. I have a pond right over there. I don't need a well. Let's go ahead and put one of these in there. We actually got full energy back, so that's really good, since I pushed it really close. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to kind of try to put some spring seeds down here. So let's grab the axe and the watering can on the side, just in case. I don't know if I'll need them here in a little bit, because I don't know how far I need to go for this. I guess I could do it on the right side. I don't need to do it on this left side. Yeah, I might just do it on the right side. But I also need more wood, so this is worth it. To cut down some of this. But yeah, if I do it over here, it's actually not too bad. So let's go ahead and start hoeing from like here. And I have a plan, I promise. It might not be very clear, but I do have a plan. To make it somewhat even. Oh, not where I wanted to go, so we're gonna get rid of that one. Because yeah, this should be enough, because 24 in the middle, and then 2, 3 places on the sides. Yep. So we can put the scarecrow here. We can plant all these seeds, which is what we want to do, because we do want to plant these spring seeds just to get the forageables. Like, it's, again, really good for your foraging level early. Yes, it takes some extra work to water these, but you're already going to be doing a lot of watering around this time, so getting these going does not hurt. It's also a good money boon, because you generally get them at higher experience by that point, depending on your foraging level. So I always swear by them. I know some people are kind of like, I just ignore them, but I like it for the skill. But I also would like to water in a new area instead of the same area constantly. Okay, I can't quite see things, so let's go ahead and use the energy just to get rid of this tree. I don't think we're going to have very much energy for the mine unless we're eating some things, so it might be a good day to eat like that gold star lake, largemouth bass, there we go. But we also seem to have some potatoes. We need to come back and plant these after we water a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so only 4 things were actually done. So we do need to keep... We actually need to take a parsnip at this point. We need to keep some potatoes, probably. I might just keep these for the bundle and then just buy with whatever money I have. Because actually at this point, I don't quite have enough wood to do another set here. I think I should, though. I think I should go ahead. Well, no, I don't need parsnips. I don't need gold parsnips. Sorry, let me be specific. I originally was thinking I'd have to do a bunch of those, but I actually don't need to worry about that. So I can just plant whatever I want where I want. Because yeah, we don't need gold star cauliflower. We don't need gold star parsnips. Those we got green beans instead, which is going to be a lot rougher. So I think we're just going to go ahead and put these in as they are, and maybe go buy some more cauliflower. Probably put some fertilizer into it. I don't know why I did that now, because I'm not planting right now, but just kind of bank in more of the money. Oh, let me go pet the Sylveon, which I know does a cat's meow. We're gonna ignore that for now. But let's see. Yeah, I have to keep watering, so I might probably gonna have to have that fish right now. I might as well just eat it right now. 'Cause yeah, 68 energy is bonkers this early in the game. Like that was probably a third of my energy bar right there. That moment where you're just really wishing you have coffee to do things quicker. That always happens in every game. About this time where you've gotten so used to the other playthroughs just having coffee all the time, and then now you're like, well, nope, I gotta wake up on my own accord. I can't just get coffee like everyone else. There we go. Got it all watered. Again, don't have a ton of energy, so I might have to bring like some actual energy-based things to the mine, which is unfortunate because again, that takes up space, but you know, at this point, I think that's the thing that makes the most sense. I might actually have to put my hoe away too, just to make space for stuff. Yeah, because I think, what, I had like 5 of these, so I could just take 4 of them for energy. And hope for the best. Hope and pray for the best at this point. Because, yeah. Actually, let's see, what do I have to turn into the... Okay, so Bream needs to be... Well, let's turn in things that... Actually, well, does it matter, actually? Don't think it does. Oh, Chub? Oh, Chub Curly does not need to be turned in, that's right. That is a later thing. Yeah, we'll just turn in a bunch of stuff. Okay, I can't go too crazy because I still need to actually come back and plant whatever I'm doing, so... We can always we're gonna make a second run that direction anyway if we're gonna go to the mines today, so... Oh, hey, oh, that's right, we need to go give a gift to, Lewis. So this will be our gift to give to Lewis, which is a daffodil. He'll like it. He's not gonna love it. We don't have anything for loves for him yet, so... Might as well just get him a like gift and get it over with. Oh, we got Victor buying some stuff there. Okay, so yeah, I say let's just go cauliflower. Just like really dive into the whole money-making profit, you know, money to more crops to more profit kind of thing. We're getting enough cash back where I'm not too worried about things. Yep, birthday gift for Lewis. So as you see, even though it's only a light gift, he still gets a full heart because that's how it works on your birthday. It's like 7 times what the benefit is, or depreciation, because you could technically go ahead and give someone a bad gift and it drops them down 7 times more. Because, you know, if you were given a really bad gift, like, someone came up to me and gave me broken glasses for my birthday, I'd be like, oh, okay, no. And, you know, that would be part of it. So, oh, that's right, I need to go back and buy some of the flowers, that's right. So I'll go do that on the way back. So we need green bean and cauliflower, which we're working on those. And then we just have fish, it looks like, so. But yeah, we need to go actually buy some of the flowers because I need to actually plant some of them and grow them for once. Nothing for the crab pot. Lake fish is pretty well done. We can't get the sturgeon yet, so that's not a worry. Haven't got anything for river. Ocean, I haven't kept what I need for it, but I can get that pretty easily back. And then night fishing. Cool, cool. Easy enough. Yeah, let's go back. Let's look at the flower selections for spring, because I actually really don't know the flower seasons well enough, I'll be honest. I don't generally do a lot of flower stuff. So, need to actually see what he's selling right now. Tulip, yes, so we need tulips. Oh, and Jazz is spring. Okay, so let's go ahead and maybe get like 3 of each just in case of issue. Yeah, that feels safe. So we have a bit more to water now, because we have to do these now for... I mean, we don't have to, technically. We only have to do at least one of them, but it's better just to finish bundles Yeah, if I could finish that bundle by summer, I think that's a better way to go. Maybe it's a honey, or it's a bee house too, because a bee house would be really good there. So let's plant first the stuff that needs, I want to have really good stuff for. And then let's go ahead and put flowers. Oh, I need my hoe now and my watering can. Hoe and watering. Let's put you like, let's just do it along here. That's kind of cool. And then I could just do it like this. And water these. Oop. Is it lopsided? Yes. Do I care? No. It's within the range of the scarecrow. That's what matters to me. Okay, so we got that. We really don't have a lot of energy, but at this point, I want to try and get a cave carrot today still. So that's probably a good direction to go. Let's put these away. I could actually, yeah, I do have the seeds for it. I could make 2 of the field snacks as well, just to get some extra food. Okay, yeah, so we need to look in here actually for stuff now I think of it. Oh yeah, that's the construction bundle. Don't think there's anything else really in here. The cockles one, yes. And the oyster, because this is the fish bundle. And then crab, which is one of them. I think, oh, stone is for construction. That's why that one's blinking. For those that aren't sure what I'm doing, because I'm like just hovering over things, be like, this. So when you hover over something that's in the community center, you see in that top right where it's kind of the community center bundle stuff. It actually blinks, so you can be like, oh, I need to do that. Yeah, let me go get that. So that's kind of why you see me doing like hovering over them, is that if they show up that way, they're going to be blinking. But these are actually museum items, so that's actually what we have to go to first. But hence why you're seeing me hover over things. So if it just looked weird, I was like, why is he just hovering over and looking crazed? Just because I'm looking for that little pulse up at the top. Yeah, Marnie wants a cave carrot. That's what the money thing is. That's right. Let's go ahead and give a daffodil to Evelyn. She's lovely. She is lovely. See, she's already up here. So you can already see, like, the elderly of town, the elders, are definitely the ones that I seem to, for whatever reason, just be like, they're so sweet, I just want to give them so many gifts. And it's like, I mean, I can't romance them, so I don't know why I'm just giving them a ton of gifts, but at the same time, it's like, but their storylines are so cute. Ooh. Oh, Sophia liked that one. Okay, so we actually got some props with, or maybe we didn't. Oh, Sophia's down there. Okay, we haven't talked to her much, I guess. Because it's so early that like the rankings there are gonna be so volatile because it takes so little to actually gain a level with them that's why we're seeing kind of weird points with that. So we need one more item to unlock anything. So we'll have to come back here with one more thing. But after going to the mines, I think that should be pretty easy. We just gotta drop this off in the crab pot bundle, and we'll be ready and rearing to go for a little bit of mining. I mean, we're at the level now where it's not too bad to go from like level 10 to level 15, for instance. It's when you get to, you know, the lower and lower you get, the harder it is to go 5 levels, just because of how big the levels are, and just a general sense of difficulty of monsters. You know, you have to upgrade your pickaxe, or you're going to be taking longer to break rocks, to get stairs, all sorts of things like that. So, okay. Any forageables up here? I'm not. Oh, I was supposed to go to the community center. Crap. This is what happens when I play Stardew. I just forget what I'm doing, and the thing is, it's usually not filmed like this. So I can like just like, oh, that was stupid. Let me just backtrack. But now I'm like, nope. Now you all saw that I did it. So this is what it's gonna be for all streams. So if you want to make your memory seem better, feel free to use mine as a thing to point in. I just want to say I'm winding down for bed. Gonna keep the street by my kids filthy. Thanks for the most beautiful and most beautiful. Oh, of course. So thanks for coming and hanging out and de-stressing with everybody. And I'm liking it, so I definitely want to make this a recurring thing if people are up for it. I mean, I'm gonna definitely play at least a few weeks of this modded on camera, but I mean, if people aren't feeling it, totally fair. But it seems like we're enjoying it tonight, so I'm all on board for more playing. I'm actually pretty far into this already. I didn't keep a clam, which was stupid, but I'm actually pretty close to finishing the crab pot bundle already, which I think just gets you a crab pot, so I have the bait for it. Might as well get the crab pot. Okay, let's do a few hours here of mining, and I might honestly wrap up at that point. Just I'm sleepy. It's been a weekend here. We've done a lot of chatting about general Stardew stuff. Um, Obviously, this series is not about the progress, but more just like the content. So it's one where I'm not worried about like, okay, I want to get 2 weeks in and do this during this. It's like, no, it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I eventually want to get to that point, but we'll see when I get there. I'm getting so many food items now that I'm like, yeah, I really should just go in the mines. I mean, double leak is a great find right in front of here. Oop. Gotcha. Get some copper already. We got a slime to destroy. Yeah, I think the sooner I can get to the big backpack, which is funny because I'm not doing money-based things, but the sooner I can get there, the better, just so I can be getting stuff and actually taking it back. But I just have to prioritize what I actually want, basically. That's all. Like I said, early in this game, ooh, door scroll, nice. This early in the game is kind of not something where like slime is big or like green algae I'm not as worried about. You know, that's honestly just food at this point for me. I might just eat it here in a couple seconds. Yeah, I should just eat it. Like I'm not as worried about these things as a kind of a hoarder of sorts for this, but because it's not things that generally are going to need too much of. Like I've already checked now. I don't have a fish pond bundle, so I'm not worried about rushing a fish pond. Like, you know, it's just there's certain things I'm like, okay, well I've gotten past that point, so now I'm safe for the rest. You know. Yeah, we're in 13. Like I said, you kind of fly through the floors. They're not very large at this level, and so you really can make progress of this many of 5 floors and get to the elevator portion pretty quickly. So we haven't seen enough boxes to really be able to get a cave carrot, but you know, we're gonna keep looking. Let's eat one of our chebs and just keep mining. Because again, the idea is that eventually we might get to a point where we're actually getting some of the level 5 benefits and things. I don't think we're close enough to that yet, but you know. Yep, we're already getting low on energy, which is to be expected. Again, I went in here knowing I was low on energy. Like that was something I mentioned. It was very clear that was going to be an issue. But I wanted to get a lot more copper because we're getting closer and closer to the range of not only backpack, not only upgrade fishing rod, but I mean, depending on how well we do on these crops, we have honestly the chance for, I don't need the slime. We have the chance for even a little bit more at this point in spring. You know, depending on, like I said, how those crops turn out for quality. So, that's the hope. Okay, we are so close to 15 now. Oh, you are a crab. Did you give me a bomb? I don't think so. Nope. There's nothing saying full inventory there, so. But, I mean, we have 27. Oh, you are. Oh, you're not. I thought you two were crabs, but apparently not. Yeah, we just are unfortunately running into an issue, which happens once in a while on these floors, which is just you just can't find the stairs. No matter how many rocks you hit, it just seems to take forever. So we just kind of keep eating our chub. Just keep. So we can go back for our slime stuff now. Because now we actually have room to hold the slime stuff if we wait, oh, did it already despawn? I actually don't know how long it takes for despawns like that. So that's kind of rough. Oop, there they are. Cool. Stairs. Whew. Took a bit, but we got there. I already found stairs, which is great. Considering I'm probably, I mean, is there? No. Sometimes there's a coal thing down there, so I always like to check that. But we'll go down just in case there's something easily grabbable. Nope, just looks like a lot of bugs. So we're just gonna head out so we can make it home in time for sure. Because we don't have this minecarts yet, so it's not nearly as quick to get home as it can be in the future. We'll get to the path so we go a little quicker, even though it is more roundabout. Oh, might as well pick up the wild horseradish. We don't have a lot of those. So even though it takes a little bit extra time, it's kind of worth it. But yeah, so here's where you're going to see the difference, like I said, with single player versus multiplayer. I can go and put the stuff away still and still have time. If I was playing this in multiplayer, I would not have enough time to put my stuff away. There's just no physical arrangement that makes that quick enough. So that's kind of where the whole pausing when a chest opens like this is so big, because you just have so much more time to do what you want, because nothing's happening, you know. So like I could set up for even putting in some copper on my way out. Did I put in quartz? Yeah, I turned in quartz already. And earth crystal, yep. So, try to do that, and then this is gonna go in the away chest before I forget. So I was like you see, I'm running because I'm just like, no, I need to make it. This is also why I put the bed right next to my door, is that I can just run in here and go to sleep. Level 2 foraging, nice. But yeah, I'm starting to get a little relaxed, a little sleepy myself, so I think we might just go ahead and kind of end for today. It's a good timing to do so. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be more mine stuff. I love it. It must be the crab thing. Yep, cool. Well, I don't know if it's actually the same, so that's actually something to test next week to see if it's the same when we do that. I'm gonna switch back to this screen here. So I do want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out as you have. I'm just gonna let the Stardew music play in the background because Stardew music is quite fun. So we're just gonna let that behind me, you know, as I'm chatting. It's a good way. But for that, yeah, I think that's kind of where we're gonna go with it. So we're definitely gonna continue this. The idea is to continue this on Monday evenings. As kind of a mental health Monday and a mindfulness Monday, however, whatever M word you want to use works quite well. Mostly because I think I'm going to need it over the next couple weeks for sure, so that's kind of the direction. If you like it, definitely let us know on, you know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at TryGamers, just like here on Twitch is a good way to kind of find us. I know some people found us on YouTube recently through different means, and so that's also another way to see some of our videos, but if you want to interact with us, it's probably better to do on these. Also check out trygamers.com for our website. There's definitely other Stardew playthrough videos up. There's a lot of other kind of more chill streams and sorts of things if you like this kind of feeling and just wanted to continue it. You know, definitely lots of lazy Sunday afternoon programming, which is generally where we do a lot more of this kind of thing. And then more just of the things I'm going to talk about in the schedule. So it's kind of if you want to catch up on those before the upcoming streams. The plan is for tomorrow night to have Belmont playing more Celasta, which is very D&D-like, if you like that sort of thing, but on a computer version and in early access. So there's more kind of additional ports of the game they're going to be, you know, coming up with. So if you like it, it's a good kind of way to jump in and mold the game that you'd like to see. Then on Wednesday, the plan is for a Temtem stream. I will be honest, I have not done a whole lot of Temteming over the last week, just with some craziness at work, like I was talking about. So as a result, there's not a whole lot of progress made. The idea would be to plan to kind of do some leveling, and maybe if we're feeling up to it at that point, with the team that we have, take on the dojo. We are currently in Vumbi, which is a kind of having an issue with some warring right now with Clan Bel Soto. So we have to prove ourselves in the dojo to really show off that we are strong enough to be part of the resistance and fight Clan Bel Soto alongside the Kisa ones. So that's kind of where we're going to be going on that side. Of, just kind of in a general leveling stream, getting the team ready so we can take on a dojo leader, because they're tough. They're pretty tough. It gets a little dicey in situations if you're not prepared. So that's the plan there. And then Sunday, it's lazy Sunday afternoon programming. I haven't checked because we did cancel this weekend because, again, to see before when I mentioned crazy job things that were happening over the end of last week that I kind of just needed the weekend to reset sort of thing before starting this week off. So it is lazy Sunday afternoon programming. If we continue with the fact that we switch off games, it would be Minecraft Dungeons. If we continue with the fact that we switch off weeks, it would be Stardew Valley. So one of those things will happen on Sunday. In case you're curious about either of them, feel free to check it out. And then Monday we'll be back with modded Stardew Valley as expanded as we're seeing here, and we'll kind of continue with Frankie at the Hollywood Farm and see what we're doing. So on that note, take care of yourself. Take your meds if you haven't yet. That's important. Um, unfortunately, during these times, it's very rough. So be nice, because other people are probably also trying to take care of themselves as well and get through this. And of course, we'll see you all very, very soon. So thanks for everyone who joined tonight. Thanks for the follow, specifically Dobby092. That was very kind to jump in from a different content place and just kind of see what we're doing. Otherwise, thanks so much. Have a wonderful night. And I love you all. Bye bye.